Hey guys, hey. Thanks for tuning into this video. Shout out to the Venture Replay Game. Please like this video on your way in or out the door. Say, okay. Hey, very nice Stan. How you doing? So, as you guys can see, the B sector, well, let me not say B sector, the 2.0 B sector has been having a paintings in the bush. And OGs has been popping out as well. Hey, El Blue, how you doing, babes? Sassy Francis, what up? So, yeah, I want to talk about these things because it's really crazy to me and how these people are admitting flaws somewhat, and then these subbies, they're like, I see them in other chats like saying things that's weird to me. Hey, Miss Vibrant Love, how you doing, boo? Okay, so let's rewind a bit, right? Because um once again, Uppity is not getting her flowers. I made a whole song about it though. But yeah, I'm not getting my flowers, and that's fine. I'll give myself my flowers. I told you guys months ago about these fake ass bitches in general. They all fake, and I'm about to connect the dots for you guys at right now. Right now. Okay? So um they have been going live. I'm not gonna say it started with the men panel, but I don't want to make you guys think too much. So on the men's panel, they claimed that I wasn't being picked, right? These niggas are picking them. Remember when I told you these bitches don't got no motion in real life, and they are heavily dependent on these gay men of no substance to pick them. No substance. You see, the king went live. These bitches. Anyway. So when that lot happened in the past, and Poverty was over there crying about me not being picked, and I said like, hey, who was picking you? These niggas don't pick you. Y'all pick these niggas out the trash and they do y'all dirty, da da this and da da that, right? This has been my thing from the get-go. This has been my this has been my talking point. You guys know this, right? All of them. Pulp Fiction, Shakim, Binary, Pete Penacilla, Ghetto. You name it, I could talk about it, right? We cannot put Black Rampage, of course. That's why I made him hubby. You know what I'm saying? Because he's, he is that, can I include talent? Um, yeah, of course, Dr. King. But I'm just saying, like, we just go with the names of the guys that Uppity is cool with versus these bitches. And these bitches, and one thing, so now we got to get into it. Shakim has been getting disrespected by Ness for a long time. But if we want to go there, he's not the first person. Official Peen Sucker got disrespected by these niggas for a long time. You know, I can go on and on. Because when you don't build your page on your own in the B sector, these people could pull shit from you. So that's why these bitches, when they trying to build you up, when I say they bitches, they're all bitches. It doesn't matter what they identify as, whether that be male or female. They're bitches. Period. And that's not exclusive to women. And any grown person should see that by now. A majority of things that they 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 say that women are the bandits up, it usually be these bitches as that's their character. That's how they act. That's how they get down. So like I told you guys, you going along with a fucked up person and they admit they fucked up, and they gonna tell you they fucked up, and it is what it is, and that's how I get down, and people just accept that. No, no. I mean, you can accept that. That's fine and dandy, but I don't have to. Because every time Uppity has spoken her truth, I have yet to be wrong or upset about any of my goddamn decisions. The only time Uppity gets upset is when I don't listen to common sense. So, like I said, Shakim has been getting played for the longest. Anybody that deal with any of these um 2.0 people get screwed any time of day. But the 2.0 stay getting screwed over by the OGs. It's like a wicked cycle that Uppity does not have to participate in, thankfully, because I do stand on my own two business. And like anybody from the original B sector will tell you, it's not a flex to be involved in that bullshit that we was doing back in the days. We was on fuck shit. Maybe we was at different point, like low points in life. Like they was low vibrational at that point. So Uppity has every right to say, like, I'm B sector, but I did not participate. So that's definitely a green flag on my point. Like, I'm B sector, but I ain't never participated in this and this and that. Now, have I participated when people have like to try to take advantage of my kindness and make it weakness? Absolutely. Yeah. I will call your job. I will do this and this and that because you have tried me. And I'm not a passive person. I'm not a forgiving person when it comes to certain things because yeah, I'm not bothering you in that nature, so you shouldn't bother me. If I'm simply doing what the B sector does, roasting and gagging your ass, then it should just stay there. But it has never done that. So now we got somebody like, let's name the players that need to be addressed today. Computer back, poverty, mess, aka Ness, Roman, Shakim. Yeah, these people got to be addressed because like these people are playing and five. Okay, yeah, five. Five, you have to be addressed because like I get what you're giving, but it's like, why are you acting like you can take any court things with the king? Why? Like Juicy already tried that. He couldn't do it. And you have a steeper record than Juicy. Like as far as like when we go into criminal court things, like when you have court things going on, like there are certain things like you have to have like a clean record going forward with. So yeah, it's not gonna look good for you. So I don't know. I don't know if that's content for you or what, but yeah, that's we already know the show is the show. What up, Hassan? I'm doing great. So yeah, please go another route with that because we already know that route has been taken, and I'm ashamed that you're trying to take that route. Like I'm gonna sue you in court for using my image. And we already know people probably got the videos downloaded where you were very excited to be a part of it and thought you was about to be like, in my eyes, the next Whitney Williams. I don't know what they would call that in Chicago, but whatever. But as far as the next people we need to get into, which is Shakim immediately, because Shakim, these people are not your friend. And let me tell you why. Because the same thing that they was telling you about Ness and no advice that they gave you is not the truth. But we're gonna get into videos that I shared like a week ago called Self-Serving Messages of Truth. Now, I don't know if what Ness said is true about basically people needing a hazmat suit to stand around you because you're so stank and you're this and you're that. Because at the end of the day, the king just came out here and he said like he basically would never meet Ness or Lemon with and he's very well in his right to do that, right? I'm gonna get into Juicy, right? Because I want to show you how people need validation. So we all seen the king say that he would never meet with Ness, and he would be good for that because, and we're gonna go with Les Ness said. I'm a fraud, been a fraud. She is a fraud. She came out here, and I even know about her putting up the cat signs for Spencer, which Heidi gave her. She even bought her own cat. Heidi gave her that, and Ness talking about how her son is so safe. Nah, baby, I don't think so because we don't know who was touching you in the middle of the nights, according to your poem. Who was doing that to you? Who was doing that to you? Because this happened to you as a child, and you're still addressing this um, as an adult. You're addressing your trauma as a child and adult in poem forgery. Like I always say, like poem is like rap, right? And that's why people don't consider rappers who talk about shit they don't know about real rappers because like why are you talking about shit you don't know? So Ness, you are writing poems less than 3 years ago. And you're mad about it because I posted it. You did not express this stuff. I just exposed it. You're sitting here trying to build an online family community and you actually address what I said because it's the truth. Ness, if your family love you so much, you've been alone every holiday since we known you. You've been big dirt since we known you, inside and out. Because anybody that had a family that care about them would never be with a pimp. You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging women how they want to get their dollars across and how you want to get that bag, get to the bag. But and I don't even judge people selling their box. It's your box. Do what you like with it, right? But you went to a pimp. Then you said that the first person you called when Shakim made you so uncomfortable basically with his smell. Not to mention, let's not forget, Ness and Shakim was on a panel trying to make it seem like Ro had an odor problem. Well, with his breath. Let's not forget that. Ness went to do that. And when Ro picked Lemon, Ness and Shakim had a big problem with that. So I also have a problem with her so-called timeline because it's not adding up. But I'm not gonna say Shakim, I'm so sorry, but I can't say that I think that she said wasn't true because maybe you do have an order problem. See, uppity don't have these issues because everybody I met in real life was on accident, and they could tell you I don't smell like water. I smell like pure elegance. That part, you know. So yeah, but anyway, but so Ness, I'm not. It's not giving what you think it's giving. It's giving that your feelings are hurt because you try to make it seem like your sponsor was under the Sean Bradley umbrella, but it really wasn't. And everybody you ran to bigged up your ops, like Juicy bigged up Deanna because he would have been a hater. And when you say look at people who was being bigged up and who names wasn't being mentioned, I hope you know Deanna names were being mentioned. And I hope you also know Juicy was using you like they've been using you from the start. Okay? Juicy is mad at Catherine, who he has been speaking to behind the scenes. And Juicy went on a whole rant about Catherine going over to your page talking crazy. And Juicy is emotional as fuck and he's an OG. So he's using you how you think you're using these new players. But see, the problem with Nessa is she only get to use these new players and try to play in people's face and making it seem like she didn't want to go there. Nah. The reason why you said MBK, that's probably who you fucking like they said you was. Because MBK is a beta male living off his wife money. MBK is never going to be that nigga. Period. On God. It's nothing nobody can say. Lemon disrespected the fuck out of that nigga. Do you think a real man will have to get Lemon respect after you? Because Lemon is a nobody. Period. And I'm from New York City. I'm telling you this. He's a nobody at all. I don't give a fuck about him fucking on these weird ass bitches with low self esteem. As you can see, that's clearly hasn't bothered Uppity. And I dare a bitch to try me. It hasn't worked as of yet, has it? Uppity, I stand on business on Ness. You looking crazy. Okay? So then we're gonna get into how these bitches looking crazy. And then how Ness did a whole live trying to psych him out. Just like she tried to psych everybody else out when I brought up the poem she wrote about her mother way after childhood. Ness was a grown ass woman on her own, crying about how her mother feels sad when she comes around, how her mother spits on her. Ness is the same one that we caught on vacation and after vacation. When she was on vacation with Heidi, she wore them same fucking outfit. And she claimed the reason. And listen, let me see how low expecting she is. Like I've been telling you guys, I don't know if she was on her ministry or not. I don't know if she was on her period or not, but I do know this. I'm not gay, but I just would never I would never give a guy head if he's not gonna return the favor, put it like that. Ridiculous. Like you're gonna get canceled. Okay? So even if you wasn't on your ministry, but the fact that you would pretend to be on your period just so you can give somebody else head and pretend you such a stud, like I'm not gay once again, so I don't know the requirements of being a stud, but it seems like the requirements Nessa trying to put out there is like studs are the alphas. They stand they like the nigga in the relationship. But Ness, you're not the nigga in relationship. You're the weak bitch. And then not to mention, you deal with domestic violence. You didn't get a couple of scratches, bitch. You got two black eyes. And your brothers didn't do shit about it. Your brothers didn't do shit about it. Just like you got Juicy up there picking up Rita. How? If Rita had the it talent, it would show through her children. Rita is a fucking down badass bitch. And Juicy, you out here looking bad once again. First you try to act like BS didn't exist for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like BS either, but like we gotta give people their props where it's deserve it. BS made this sector along with Sean Bradley. He was the king. That part. And Juicy, we're not going to talk about how when people have talent shows and there are people that are not favorable, you would just jump in there hoping to get a cash app. You do that. You do that. Hey, L Blue, my New York City sis. What up, babes? Yeah, so we're going to talk about this. If Shakim stink as bad as he said, you said that Shakim stinks so bad. Now, mind you, this is after the king basically came out here and said that he would never meet Ness. And why would he? Like you said, Ness, you've been a fraud from the start. And so when I tell people nobody fucked with Ness, they didn't. Uppity was the nice one. I didn't fuck with her initially either, though. So that's why I can't blame for nobody for not trusting Ness, not fucking with Ness. Remember when the people was like, J Dunn was like, Uppity, I'm surprised you even gave Ness your address. I said, you know why I gave it to her? Because Ness is a crash out. And I used that bitch to pivot. Y'all gonna see soon. Y'all gonna see soon. But did I initially do that? No. But I just seen that. And then see how she keep trying to combine me and that Shakim shit? No. I've been moved away from Shakim. Because at the end of the day, I moved away from Shakim the same way, the reason I moved away from her ass. Lemon, and that's another thing, that's Lemon can never throw me away. Lemon can't throw himself away. Lemon is a whole grown ass man living with his mama and need permission to do certain shit. No, I threw Lemon away. I'm not helping Lemon build his page. And I'm not helping you, Ness. That's what you mad about, bitch. Why don't you tell the people why you keep mentioning me? Because I won't help you build shit. And I said that. You've been trying to kiss my ass, Ness. You've been sitting up here making up stories. You've been trying to reinvent yourself. But let's be honest. I had put out messages you put out about your friends. Jay Dunn has put out messages you put out about your friends. Shit, Jay Dunn put out shit you put about me. And I know I ain't did shit to you. Ness, don't act like it takes too much. And stop acting like I was dragging you on Shotgun platform. No, I didn't. Unlike you, I'm not a controlling ass bitch. I don't give a fuck. When I tell people that I really like how it's gonna go for them, I just sit back and wait for them to see. See, Shakim, one thing you said about Shakim, that's right. He hasn't placed himself enough yet. And the reason why he hasn't placed himself is because of you, bitch. It's because of you, bitch. See, y'all can't play that game with uppity. I thought Shakim had it to like, okay, he can maneuver. Because he got time I don't. He can maneuver. So like when he was on computer back panel and she sat there and mind you, she was going off my talking points. That's why I waited to go live because these bitches copy my talking points. They copy my titles. And you guys can see this. See when poverty, like they didn't want to talk about that. How she didn't show herself on the men's panel to the other day when Roman was supposed to be her bestie's ops. She told me Roman is gay. I don't think Roman says she's bisexual. Y'all can feel free to correct me in the chat or the replay comments. But I don't think Roman said that he was bisexual. Roman admitted that he's gay. Secondly, I never got, first of all, I would never date a bisexual man at all. At all. No, that's just me. That's just how me. I don't want to date a bisexual man. Even if he said he's bisexual, I'm not into that shit. But because my real men friends, that's why, unlike Ness, I don't gotta call nobody from the internet to have a conversation. I have relationships built with men that fucks with me. They knew me growing up. Growing up. You hear me, bitch? Growing up. My daddy put those things in play. Like some men I had a relationship with is by default of my daddy. And I'm gonna say default of my daddy because I have a narcissistic ass mama. We're gonna get into that. Okay. What up, L Blue? You already know that. You know what I'm saying? So like Poverty was up there talking about some, I forgot exactly what she said, but it's like it was on that same know how she treated Triple Red. Very jealous, very into him sexually type shit. And I could use that word. It doesn't matter if Lemon keep using my words, but I'm so tired of not being able to use my own lingo because we got a weird ass nigga like Lemon that pick up everything you say and overuses it. So anyway, I'm gonna use it when it's important, but just know where it comes from, the source, that part. So anyway, she was over there, and I'm so mad they struck that live. Now, had he not had the rebel on, that would have been one of them times I would have fucking rewinded the tape and screen recorded it. That bitch Poverty was over there losing her mind from the men's panel on down about being picked. That's why she's crying over a mod stick. And bitch, don't make me get into like Ness. Ness tried to give me a like I'm telling you, these people they're weirdos. They give out mod sticks as a sense of control. That's why I always step back and watch when they who they mod up and who is this and who is that. I need to know what's your focus, bitch. No, Ness was very serious about that mind stick because Ness does the same thing. Ness tried to give me a mind stick like I gave a fuck. Bitch, fuck you and your mind stick. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Uh-uh. My mind stick stands for people that actually support me and I actually support them. That's it and all. Period. And I'm talking about as far as subscribers go. And if you are a content creator and you happen to get a mind stick, you know I doubly fuck with you. I'm doubling down on that shit. But the majority of the time that people get mind sticks in my chat, they're supporters. They supporters that go to the ring. There have been some people that got mind sticks that have felt under pressure that I thought we was cool. And they be like, oh, uppity, I don't want a mind stick from you, or uppity, take my mind stick, or I'm not gonna drop down in your chat on my mind stick because so and so don't like you. So all of a sudden I don't like you. Do you know what a blessing that was for me to learn that? So uppity is like graduating each and every time when I see how you bitches get down, especially when you got bitches out here admitting they fake, curse you out. There's no two-sided love. What up, JoJo dancing? I'm your dirty dancer, dancer for money. Do what you want me to do. Hey, JoJo dancing. But so do you know what a lesson I learned? And see, these people swear to God they could be embarrass me. You can never. You are showing me people, and I appreciate that tenfold. What up, talent boo? Talent, they mad at you too. I don't know why. Well, actually, I heard why. They didn't want you didn't want her seeing your ID as you shouldn't. Anyway, but yeah, this girl is a weirdo, and so are the rest of them. Because you know how honest row. Let me take it there. Honest row. The way that they sat there and dismissed you, and you had to sit here and argue for a talking point. But meanwhile, these people need you on their fucking panel. And you just come running. You see, Uppy never asked you on this road to come hit my link about a goddamn thing. I just say my thing because I feel like I know you. We done had plenty of conversations. And at the end of the day, I'm not a panel channel. And even if I was, I don't give a fuck about none of you bitches. That part, you know? Not like that, but you know I'm talking to. Talent said, let them stay mad. That's my thing, Talent. I'm gonna let them stay mad. I'm about to make them matter. That's me. Yeah, but I don't like how they wouldn't address. Yeah, hold on. I don't like how they wanted to sit here and pretend like it wasn't nothing how Shakim was treating Ro. Shakim problem with Ro was the same problem Shakim was having with Ness. And because it was Ro, y'all ignored that whole factor. Y'all ignored that whole factor. But when I brought it up, not all these weird ass slow content creating having bitches. They're not real content creators. They're not real B sector. They're not. But they always riding uppity clique. And I'm not even bisexual. I'm not. So if they was real with it, they would have called out Shakim. If they really wanted Shakim to grow, they would have called out Shakim for how he treated Ro and other people because of the same thing he's crying about Ness. But they can't do it because, like Ness said, she ain't the only fraud. They all fraud ass bitches. They all fraudulent. But want real niggas on their team always. See, I'm too real for these hoes. That's why y'all they always want to call me a flip flopper. If they want to do something real, I'm gonna fuck with it. But at the end of the day, with me at least, they they cons outweigh their pros. I can't deal with it. I can't be fake. And I don't need to kiss their ass. For real, for real. Uppity been stand alone, been a standout. So that's why I fucks with the people that really fucks with me. What up, ACX, sweetie? That's what I could do. I really fucks with the people that really fucks with me. It's not my problem if it's like quantity over quality. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. If you look at the people that I get along with that don't even get along with each other, that are OGs in the B sector, and I have no fucking issues with them. If you look at the adjacent B sector people y'all fucks with, whether I even deal with them or not, that you really like, I didn't even be knowing unless I go to the fucking place. It's never giving what it gives to y'all. And I know that makes you mad. Cause you bitches ain't real. Y'all phony as fuck. Fake as hell. And you some begging ass bitches. And Ness, you can never beg for nothing on behalf of your son. You don't have no custody, bitch. Let's be clear. Once again, that's like me saying I could file my adult children for tax income. No, I can't. I gave birth to them, but they over 18 and they've been doing their own thing without the help of crack, prostitution, or B sector, bitch. Are you okay? You are one of the main people that keep making Nala a part of this bitch, but you get mad at the support she get. Are you okay? You are not that girl, Ness. You are a miserable ass, ungrateful ass bitch. And anybody that fuck with me, they can't never say I give a fuck about whether you fuck with them or not. Because they always gonna see. One thing about you, Ness, you gonna always show your colors. And I'm gonna always show the people that couldn't bother to be neutral, stay over there. That's why I don't know why you included me with Shakim for. I don't give a fuck about Shakim. I was I doubled down on roadside. Uppity YouTube sturdy for them. That part talent, it is what it is. I get it. You always been real inside of me. That part, El Blue, and you've been the same, El Blue. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I have my own support system. I don't chase the numbers. I told you guys I could if I wanted to, and you guys seen that. I never chose to play the game. I've always said what I felt was my truth or what was right with the knowledge that I have. But now we seeing these fake ass bitches. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second, guys. This girl. My bad. I'm back, you guys. I'm back. I thought I'm talking for nothing. Anyway, back to what I was saying. And thank you guys for staying here. Thank you guys for staying here. Hold on. We got a guest in the building. What up, Heedy?
Hey, what's up?
What up? What up? What up? Was you
So
listening to what I said?
I didn't even know you were live. I just signed
Oh
on
yeah,
my
I know. I be saying I'm gonna go live, but I don't go. But yeah, I'm live back now.
I was like, wait a second, because I would have been here and the minute that you started, like, because I wanted to hear
No, it
your
wasn't necessary.
perspective.
I need to get that. I need to get my shit off, Heedy. But it's okay. What up? What's going on?
So where do you did you see what I mean? Did you see Brianna's live like with Shakim and Ness?
Well, I think a big portion of it, but I did not see the whole thing. But yeah, I did
Mm.
see her not being able to take my talking points anywhere. But go ahead.
And what were
She
those?
used my talking points. I don't know if you noticed. I had you was in that live, remember? Because they made a big to do about it, and I didn't realize that. But anyway, that's not important. It's important, but not important. But anyway, since
Right.
that live, her and Poverty have been going live about Shakim, but they wasn't really going into much detail. But I did go on YouTube cameras and I had a conversation with Shakim. And based on that conversation, even when he knew what he knew, he still was trying to play in my face. So this is not a live basically in so much support of him or even I told you so. This is just about more so, I guess, reckoning because the way that they are handling Nessa trying to make it seem like, oh, the sector knew I was fraudulent. That no, they did not. You actually be lying and manipulating people. So now you're admitting your true colors and acting like that's okay when it's not okay. But at the end of the day, I wanted it to be a teacher moment because it's not nice that these fake ass people, not just Ness, but Computer Back, Poverty, Official Peen Sucker, and a couple other ones. You know what I'm saying? But they're the main one, and Lemon. So let's talk about the main ones: Lemon, Poverty, Ness, and Computer Back. They're the main ones playing each other face. And so I can agree with some of the things Ness said as far as that they are using Shakim, but and I also can agree that he's willingly being used. But at the same token, they all fake as fuck. They all fake as fuck. They all using each other. They all use these people like, and that's is just so nasty. And that for her to go on about people body odors and hygienic purposes, and if she really thought he was a friend, why didn't she do him like you did her? Like you seen she had a hygiene problem, so you bought her bathing stuff and toothbrushes, and it's just like she trying to put herself above it because she got embarrassed because the king came out here and didn't mention her. I mean,
Well, what money was she supposed to? What was she supposed to do? I mean, she, we already they already uncovered that she can't afford a $5 chicken box. So was she supposed to do with Jakim? I mean, give him the hotel soaps. I mean, what could she have done to fix that
a
situation?
conversation. Have a conversation. Because if you feel like he smells so bad that you wanted to go into the hospital and she said she only told MBK, yeah, because MBK is gonna lie for you. So basically you're making up a thing because if he smells so bad that you wasn't comfortable enough to have a conversation with him, why invite him on another trip? It's not making sense, bitch. It's given that you want to put somebody once again because you did it with Honest Row. Now you're trying to have Shakim in that same stink box with your ass. Girl, get the fuck
So,
out of here.
who do you think in this situation? It because Brianna's live was very key today. Even though I know
No,
you
break
don't
it
like
down.
her.
I told you I seen a big part, but I didn't see all of it because she wanted to go on live and I went over there. So explain it to me. So I haven't got a chance to go back. So I want to hear your perspective because your perspective ain't gonna be my perspective. And that's why I like
Right,
having you here. Go ahead.
right. So, okay, so I remember. Let me start first. I seen you at YouTube cameras. I seen you trying to with the Shakim and Roll thing. I actually wanted you to stay up there. I wanted you to stay up there because you were gonna ask the right questions, and that was needed, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it came to Ness. But lo and behold, the next day they have a fallout. Okay, we go over to early in the morning. I'll go into, I'm in Sassy's live. I'm looking at Sassy's live, and Shakim is up there. He's been venting to Sassy. He's been going behind the paywall,
See, I
venting to
didn't know this.
Sassy.
That's why you need it. I'm a mute. Sorry, that's what I'm saying. That's why you need it. I didn't certain people. I'm not lying. I don't watch them, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, I don't watch Sassy either, but when her and Ness started to fall out, I was like, let me see what she's talking about since she's so fucking scary. She can't do a public live to save her life, but let me go behind this paywall and talk some shit about all these people and stuff and tell all these 30 people that's in my behind my paywall, let me tell them how everybody's, whatever, ghetto and all loud and how she always does that. But so Shakim was venting to her, and I was getting a couple of notes the other day. He was venting to her, and basically, he was being very passive aggressive, crying, basically, making himself, obviously the victim of the situation, which is a good question. Is he a victim in this situation? Which is something I'm going to ask you after seeing Brianna's live today. But before Brianna's live, Jay Wilson does a live, and Ness and Jay Wilson is on the link, and Ness is like, I'm not going to. She's basically saying like, I'm not gonna, have any like sympathy with. Or I'm not gonna. You're not gonna be able to play the victim with me. She was basically saying something to that effect to Shakim, and because Shakim was, like I said, he was venting to Sassy. He's been venting all over the place, but he has not been venting to, in my opinion, he hasn't been venting publicly to Ness. Now, I don't know about behind the scenes, but it's like he's been indirectly venting to everybody. And, because he knows by now like how Ness is, and you can't tell her anything. So we go over to, they get, Shakim drops down in Jay Wilson's, and he was like, I'm not a victim. He was like giving her some energy. And he was like, I'm not a victim. And he said something like a smart remark or whatever, but I don't remember the exact remark, so I don't want to get it wrong. But when we went over to
Well, you can
Brianna's,
paraphrase. Can you paraphrase it because I didn't see it? So paraphrase. What happened?
well, he basically said like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not a victim and shit like that or whatever. And, and he's basically said that while Ness was on the panel talking to Jay Wilson, because I guess she's running out of places to go. So she going back over to
Right,
Jay
right,
Wilson.
right.
So we go over to Brianna's or whatever, and he said, he goes back again. He said, I'm tired of Ness like saying that I'm a victim and basically and all this other stuff, and just went on a rant on Brianna's platform. And he said, what did he say? God, because he said something that was key or whatever. God, what did he say? Um, Oh, he said, he was like, I'm not a victim. He was like, have you taken your medication and stuff like that or whatever? And are you taking your medication? Are you taking your mood stabilizers and all this type of shit or whatever?
Oh
To Ness.
wow.
Yes, you
Okay.
really gotta see that.
No,
Like,
no,
you
no.
really got.
You know what? Hold on, you got to explain because when I don't know when this happened on Jay Wilson. Was this his Today Live? Because I know
Yeah.
was it her? Oh,
Early
oh,
this morning. Yeah, this morning.
okay, okay. So when
Yeah.
she was on Juicy Live tonight, or even her live, she admitted to not taking her pills. So this is key information because I didn't know that. But go ahead. I was wondering why she brought that up. But go ahead.
Yes. So basically everybody's over at Brianna's, and Shakim right now is looking like the victim in the situation. Everybody's feeling sorry for him, even the people that don't even deal with him, like myself and Pizarro, and other people, Dory. We were all like, damn, like, well, why she doing him like this? And this is her friend. Why she talking shit about him? Like, why she, why? Because he obviously felt some type of way about her reuniting with Lemon but he has, like I said, he's always indirect. He's been passive aggressive about it. And one thing I noticed about Shakim is the type of guy that, like, or a type of person, just in general, he's a type of guy that, like, he holds shit in until he can't take it anymore. He
I
lets
noticed
shit
that too.
fester. Yeah,
Right.
he let shit fester instead of like, if you and Ness is really that tight, come to her and tell her that. But like I said, you can't talk to her. So, and he knew that. So that could have been why he wasn't very vocal about the limit thing, because I think he was trying to keep things cool with him and Ness and stuff like that. But we know that that never lasts.
And she flipped it on his ass. But go ahead. And Molly, you're right.
Right.
Hold on, let me read it to Molly. Molly said, Ness is so pissed that Shakim is getting sympathy. I've been gave him my sympathy. I heard the because I remember Molly, I originally said I was gonna drag his ass, but I said no,
Right.
I heard the hurt of his voice. My Pisces wouldn't let me. Go ahead though.
Which makes me say with this uppity, because I want your your comments on this as well. Now, this is a question that I want to know, or even the comment. Now, I was so tempted to click Brianna's link, but I was like, damn, like, am I even? Oh, can I click this link or whatever? But I was like, never mind. I ain't even because I was like, never mind. So, but I was gonna click the link
You
and
will
say,
always put Marlon. Go ahead though.
yeah, I was gonna say to him, I really wanted to say to Shakim or whatever, like, right now the ball is in your court. Not right now, you're winning because y- because you are the victim. If you allow Ness, don't I mean I all these people telling you on Brianna's live to respond and give her this and give her that, Ness feeds off of that. Nest feeds off of that negativity and stuff like that. That's exactly what she wants you to do. She wants you to give her that energy vampire. She wants you to give her that energy and stuff like that or whatever. So my thing was with Shakim to stay in the winning position and play this chess game. I said, well, I think that he should shut up. Don't say anything like he's been doing. Let Ness crash out. Let her look stupid, which she's already succeeded in. She's already looking stupid, and she's looking like the problem. But if you engage with her, you are going to it's not gonna look right for you. I mean, because people are like, well, Shakim he should entertain this. He should get traction. He should get viewed. No, this is not the time for that. This is the time for he's going to get the numbers regardless because there's a lot of people that are on his side due to this fallout. But at the same time, he's got to play chess in this situation. Don't do what Heat would do. Do what you would need to do and stuff like that and just shut up. Don't let her crash out, let her be off of her rocker, off her pills and shit like that, and you remain higher than her because everybody's looking at you like you are still maintaining your integrity as a friend because you're not putting shit out there. Don't do shit. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. Next content, move on to the next content. You can be vague if people want to question you, but don't expose her like she's trying, but like she's doing you, because right now her name, and she's in the dirt right now. Her reputation is looking very bad right now. It's tainted right now due to the fact of how she made herself look and how she treated you. So he should do you think that he should respond or be quiet and allow her to look crazy?
You know what? The mean side of me say respond, drag her. But even though I never said that publicly, but I agree with you. Let her crash out because I think for several reasons, not only will he remain to look like the bigger person, because at the end of the day, there are certain people, no matter what she do, she got them in such a way. I've seen some people in the chat say like, "Oh, team Ness always," because the way that she carries people behind the scenes, and I guess her antics in front of the scene haven't affected him to that level. So he should just learn from his own personal level because while he was sitting with her, while she did people wrong, and it only for it to be his turn. I think he needs to show that same restraint that others have shown. Because I could have literally, to this day, have Ness arrested for the things that she had tried with me and my child. But I say, you know what, Uppity? We got way too many things in life to focus on, and this bitch is gonna always self-destruct. So I'm gonna let her go. And I'm gonna leave her to the streets because that's where she's always been and that's what she's familiar with. So yeah, I agree with you. Let her crash out off her meds if she think that's going to be an excuse, because I feel like why would you bring that information forward if you're not trying to have a ready-made excuse? It's a part of her many manipulation tactics. And the people that
Right.
she met in real life, you know what I'm saying? Like you see what it is. She doesn't have one good thing. And she did respond to my live because she's crashing out on me on Thanksgiving because I have my children here. Where she claims to be so comfortable with her children not being there. But at the end of the day, like, girl, I don't give a fuck about you in real life presents. And I hope you really do have some family outside of YouTube that's gonna visit you. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I would hope that you would be um got some grand Christmas thing promise for your son. But hating on uppity is not getting you nowhere. You're not stopping me. You're not stopping no motion in my life. You're not stopping nothing. And YouTube is Nest support system. When she got locked out her house, she had to call Heidi. And now
Right.
she's bragging about being able to call NBK for male advice. And that's just damn near 40. So you don't got one male in your family that you could have called on first. You got to call on NBK, who ghetto claim to fame is bringing the Bloods to New York City, that he won't even repeat in New York City. Like, I'm from New York and I'm not a part of that gang life, but I know that's not true. His name was not nowhere, nowhere. Like when they, and I know people that I'm like that's not important. But the fact that she has no males in her family that she could call on when she's in distress about anything tells you everything about that bitch. I mean,
Yeah, her family's pretty much like wash their hands with her and stuff. But one thing that stuck out to me during Brianna's live, because I can't, I mean, one thing that stuck out to me was the
hold on,
Brooklyn
Hitty, I'm
Malik.
sorry. We got to read this. Blue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We both love her. Yeah, she said, "Next, I want you to heat before you go into well, if he's gonna take you up your talking point,
Oh, no, no, no,
do
please
yours
go.
first." Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead.
she said Ness created that so-called problem with Shakim to justify snaking him by making up with Lemon and going to Vegas. She wrong Shakim, not the other way around. What do you think about that, Hitty? Because she did the same thing to you.
Wait, please, show me that again, because I want to make sure I
No
answer it.
problem. Go ahead. Can you see it?
Yeah, Ness created the so-called problem with Shakim to justify snaking him by making up with Lemon and going to Vegas. She wronged Shakim, not the other way around. Yeah, definitely, I agree. She did. And what do you mean? Well, what do you mean when you said you think she did the same thing to me?
Well, basically, like she used you and your money and would have conversation with you behind the scenes and do things to you, and then come in front of the scenes and be like, she's the victim, and then garner all this support and hopefully financial assistance that you was giving her. Versus like Shakim, maybe not. Well, Shakim obviously was giving her some financial assistance, but not to the level of yours. But yeah, that's what she does. She starts with people that were helping her financially, emotionally, however you want to call it, and then she switched out on them and make them, So that's why I said
And
that.
and I really yeah, I definitely agree. And I really hope that Tracy does like commentary on this, because she really wasn't touching the comment. She's like really fell back from the commentary due to the fact that the whole Lemon member Lemon, like he chose Ness instead of her for the whole Vegas thing or whatever. Like that was so stupid.
And
Like
Lemon didn't even choose her. Lemon is using her to build his page up. And let's since we're going there, Lemon is using people like she tried to say like Lemon discarded me. How could Lemon discard me? I'm not helping
my
Lemon build
God.
up shit. I wasn't there when Lemon built up his page the first time. Lemon used me as an anchor, and I didn't mind the first time because he was kissing my ass and having all you bitches out your body. Because why he's calling me Queen Uppity for? You bitches were mad. I didn't give a fuck. That shit, Lemon acknowledgement of calling me a queen means shit to me. What is a nigga in his mama house doing for me?
Right.
Nothing. Not a damn thing. And I've always been on that type time, online and off. And any guy could tell you that shit. Any man can tell you that shit. So yeah, Ness is trying to literally, because I guess whatever her and Lemon is talk about him on the scene, and Lemon is hurt because he's the one bringing up my stream yard. I said he paid it. I didn't ask him to. I didn't dog whistle for him to. I didn't do anything to make Lemon do nothing. Lemon did it thinking he was gonna throw that in my face. It didn't work out for him. Just like anything Ness talk about is not gonna work out for her because at the end of the day, I don't fuck with you, bitch. And you paid me to come back. And now you mad because you can't pay me anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why you mad, bitch. Go ahead though.
And to segue back over, because because I wanted to get that Brianna live or whatever, that was very key. But the
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh,
Go ahead.
but no, it's cool. But keep in mind, before I get to Malik and Brooke, Ness the Ness predicted. Remember, I told you she was like, yeah, and I see a fallout that's gonna happen, but I ain't gonna say nothing. And she was talking about me and you. She was talking about me and you falling out.
What?
Low, and yeah, she was banking on it. She was like
Oh, you
making like
didn't tell me that. I forgot all about that shit because
right.
it was irrelevant. Go ahead
Look at
though.
how now and she and her and Shakim fell out right before us, which wouldn't
Oh, so
even
you know what
happen.
her narcissist is doing now, Heidi? Now that you told me that, I'm sorry to cut you off, but that
Hmm.
triggered me to another point. She
Okay.
says she about to be the new stud and be better than you. I mute.
Mm, okay, yeah, yeah, okay. Do yeah, but you're gonna have to have some money to be a stud. Like that's number one. Because studs play the role of a dude. They would be the role of a dude. You know what I'm saying? Not to where we're taking care of somebody
Right.
like I had to take care of your broke ass. But
That part.
you would have to play that part or whatever. And how are you gonna play that part when you can't afford a $5 chicken box? So yeah, whatever. Do what you must and stuff like that. That girl's crazy. But anyways, Brooke and Malik. So everybody, mind
Well,
you,
hold on. Before you go to Brooke and Malik, irrelevant
okay.
ass, but let me say this. El Blue, I don't know what happened to your comment. I don't know if I did something wrong. But El Blue has said, and you don't give a damn about him. You just hit his link from time to time when you feel like popping your shit. That part. But El Blue, make sure. Okay, go ahead, though. I'm making sure there ain't nothing. Go ahead.
Right. And so everybody's listening to Shakim on Brianna's panel. Most of the people on there, even grown folks is like taking Shakim's side, calling out Ness and shit like that or whatever. And everybody's literally on Shakim's side. Lo and behold, who hits the panel who has to cape for Ness? Somebody who never ever bothers to hit the panel for neither one of those losers, Brooke and Malik. Now, Brianna was trying to bring logic to the table and saying to Brooke and Malik, because for some reason, Malik was trying to get calm things down and trying to get Shakim to apologize. I mean, not to apologize, but to have a conversation with Ness and Brooke was in the chat saying, "We bigger than this. This is the family. We bigger than this. We family and stuff like that. Like the finessers are
Please.
family. We don't do this." I was like, "What the hell, bitch? Like she did you that way? What are you talking about,
Right.
Brooke?" And
Right.
and it
Right.
was making everybody, even grown folks, was getting pissed off and everybody on the panel was getting pissed off, and even Brianna, because it was like, you guys, regardless if you're cool or not with Ness, you guys refuse to hold her accountable for
Yeah, but
anything.
well,
And that's
he.
what
I'm
makes you
glad you.
guys look
Let me stop you
pathetic.
at that.
Okay.
I know, and let me stop you at that point. But can we agree that Brianna did not hold Shakim accountable because he did the same thing to Ro that Ness is doing to him? Like he literally was carrying on, not just with Ro, but other people taking that same initiative that Ness did with this lemon thing. Ness done eased her way out of it, but at the end of the day, Shakim was doing the same thing. And L
Right.
Blue, where you
It,
boo? Go
and
ahead.
you're absolutely right with that. But when they were on the panel today, well, when Malik was on the panel, because I guess he was using Brooke's phone because it was her avatar or whatever. And Brooke was in the chat on another device, I guess.
Right,
Yeah, on another device.
whatever. No,
And
Heedy, you on it today. Get it, Heedy.
yeah, and they were like, "What the hell don't you see, Malik? Like, Ness did him wrong. Ness is the one who basically was telling him that, making him out like saying that she's not gonna like. They were just pointing out what she did to him or whatever. I forgot what they said she did exactly to him or whatever, but. They was like she was in the wrong. Like, what don't you understand about that? And Malik was just on Brianna's panel, just being stupid. Malik is this type. The type of person Malik is. He is this type. He's the type of guy that will like um he got so much to say, but it never goes anywhere. It's like just talking and talking and talking and talking, and it just keeps on going, and we never land. We never get to the
Right,
destination. Get
right,
to the
right.
goddamn point. He never got a point. And then when it's time for him to get an actual point, or what, I mean, not even time for him to get a point, but it's like his words never click. It never rings. It's like, what are you trying to say? You just want to get on the panel thinking you saying something and making all these moves and verbally, and it's like, just shut up, Malik, because you sound so stupid. You and Brooke are made for each other for real, because you guys are so dumb. And he was just saying a bunch of fucking nothing. And people were trying to tell Brooke, bitch, get a backbone. Even in the chat, they was cussing Brooke out. Like, bitch, get a fucking backbone and tell
Oh,
your
see,
friend
I
what.
didn't see that, Haiti.
Yeah,
But you know why? Because he was copying my talking points. Basically, because I basically, I know Ness wanted to be all about her, and she kept bringing up my name. But when I brought it up, it had to do with, bro. I'm like, first of all, Shaquem, I was copying, I was trying to copy, you heard me first on talking point. If I'm talking about my cat died, don't tell me, well, my mother died yesterday, get over it. No, you cannot, we cannot have the trauma Olympics. And that's what he was
right.
trying to copy, but it didn't go through well. What up,
Yeah.
Scorpio Boo? And Blue, thank you, Boo. Go ahead.
He never, it's like, bro, like, it's not even a fact that he never gets to the point. It's just like he just rambles, and it never hits. Nothing he
Yeah,
says.
he think he's talking in riddles, and he's not
Yeah.
even irrelevant because we all seen that you guys have been in eviction court forever. You on welfare as a grown ass man. Your wife is a prostitute on Backpage. Your wife been showing her goodies to every nigga that will give her any attention. Like, we get what you got going on. I can't afford to go on any Nestcation because Nest got it set up. Well, I can't even blame Nest for that. But y'all personality got it set up that nobody's gonna ever donate shit to you guys. And he
Right.
always told y'all that anytime you get any traction around Nest, you got to go. And Ness was getting traction. I mean, not Ness. Shakim was getting traction about Ness because
That's what
Shakim
they
tried it.
said. Cause
Not that's not
that
that's what you said, Edie, and you was right. Go ahead though. Don't say they. You said it
Oh,
first. Go ahead.
well, thank you. But I also remember you saying you said a point to Shakim. Dang, I forgot. Uh, I forgot what you said to Shakim, but he brought up a point as well, like, or somebody brought up a point today and mentioned the fact that she really ain't been, well, the other day as well. They was bringing up the fact that she hasn't really been going to his channel like that. And Ness was, and remember, Ness was like, I'm not going to. They was like, they were saying like she wasn't going over there anymore due to the fact that because of Lemon and stuff like that or whatever. Because she
Yeah,
didn't want to
whatever.
hear about him talk
She
about Lemon.
lying. She lying.
And that was
Go ahead
before
though.
her and Lemon patched things up. She wasn't frequenting
Right.
his channel.
But no,
So,
that's a lie. She also
oh,
said that
okay.
she wasn't going over there because of me. And I had barely hit Shakim Lane. And then she wanted to take us out. And one thing she wants to out of her drag. Shakim never let me drag her on his panel. But not that he need to do that. But when he didn't let me drag her, it was only when she dragged me first. And I cursed him out for that. Like, no, that bitch is
Right.
not about to hit your link, talk crazy to me. And then when I want to hit the link, you want to ask her, do I got permission? Do we need to go down my live? Because I respond in real time. So I already did a live about that shit. Her hitting Shakim's link when I'm in the chat trying to take advantage, all right, and talking crazy to me, and I respond, and then Shakim tried to ask me, do I got permission to let her up? Bitch, nah. If you need permission to let me up, I'm getting the fuck away from you, Shakim. I cursed him out, and then he came back to me nicely because I'm not playing that game because I know how this bitch get down. She's done it with everybody, including Edie. That's what she does. And then I want to know, did you hear this part, Edie? She
What?
said that she admitted that she can call poverty. She only mentioned poverty, but I'm guessing Lemon too. She ain't gonna say his name because she cool with him. And if you go live, I have them go live on top of you. But what she fails to realize is that, unlike you, bitch, you don't really got a team. You gotta kiss these people asses. The OGs don't like you. Uppity is solidified. And once I get monetized, you're gonna see that. I can show you better than I can tell you, ho. Let's go. I
Well,
mean,
Jay Wilson, I mean, did you see any of Pizarro's live today?
no. Go ahead though. Cause she only gonna repeat things people already saw. Poverty always copying my token point. Poverty is slow as fuck, and I didn't want to hear Poverty crying about Lemon taking that mind state, cause she was doing that, and that's what's right about that part. Crying about Lemon, and like I told you, she. Petey, I don't know if you've been noticing all the lies she was been on, because a couple of them have been taken down. She claimed I wasn't being picked, but yeah, she's really the one concerned about being picked by these gay men that told her they don't like her. And if she really down with her bestie, she shouldn't like them either. And if you heard
Right.
Computer Back live, it seemed like she said everything except poverty. How you sitting with Roman? I mean,
And you said so you said that because somebody would just try to call, but you said you didn't see her live today.
no,
Pizarro's. Okay.
nope.
Cause
Cause she gonna cry
now
about Lemon Mostic. She crying about Lemon
right.
Mostic. I don't want to hear it. Go ahead.
Well, after Brianna's live, they went over to Pizarro's. And what ended up happening with Pizarro was Pizarro, even though, her and Shakim are not, you know, basically seeing eye to eye or whatever, she basically took his side on things. So Ness is pissed off with her, dragging her, calling her all kind. She's pissed off, so they're at odds right now. Now and then Ness is going over to Jay Wilson's now because she doesn't have deal with her and Pizarro aren't dealing with each other for now
Well,
or
Ness
whatever.
had Lemon take. Hold on, but Ness had Lemon take her Mostic yesterday. That's why she been crying.
Yeah,
That's what started this. Cause poverty
but
has been on some. I'm not being picked. Now she sees she's not being picked. But go ahead.
well, yeah, but
That
Pizarro.
counts. No, that definitely counts, Edie. These bitches are all fraudulent, fake assholes, low self-esteem ass bitches, like Uppity always said. But I'm you.
Yeah, well, all this is beautiful and to me because it's all karma, like coming back in full circle. Beautiful, and especially for
That
you and
part.
you,
That
both
part.
of
Yes.
us.
Yes. That part.
We've seen Nessa's platforms crash and burn and stuff like that or whatever. Pizarro. One thing about like what ended up happening at Pizarro's is like her and even Brianna, like. Ness is pissed with Brianna as well for basically taking Shakim's side and holding her accountable and saying you were wrong for how you've been doing Shakim. And, Shakim was, it's like she needs Shakim I feel like she needed Shakim to need her. And I'm like saying to him now or whatever, which I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, if I ever, which I don't know if I'll have a conversation or anything like that, but he needs to understand, which I said in my live when I went live, the last one of the last lives I did or whatever on my channel, I was like, you don't need her. Like you already are getting whatever numbers you're going to get is what you're going to get. You don't need her for traction. Brianna is going to get some more traction than Ness. I mean, even today, Ness was in the 200s. There was only 200 people over there and Brianna had like 500 people. It took like a couple of hours for Ness to even get up her numbers and stuff like that. She had to get extra dramatic and stuff in order for her to get any numbers, but Brianna held her 500. You know what I'm saying? So I always said that it made more sense for Shakim on a business note to deal with Brianna, but then it makes Brianna look stupid as well because Brianna um he chose Ness over Brianna. So, there's a lot of caping and stuff like that. But right and wrong is wrong. Grown folks was up there holding, trying to slap some sense into Malik. Oh, I don't know if you seen the other day, but grown folks dropped Malik off the panel for $1. And Ness got pissed off with Reed. Ness got pissed off with Reed because grown folks said that he would hit that. He would hit Reed or whatever. And because and Reed went over there to talk to grown folks and stuff like that to click on his link and Ness was like pissed about that. She did a whole community wall post like talking about, dragging Reed and all this other stuff or whatever, trying to drag Reed or whatever, and telling grown folks like she talked about you and and all this stuff or whatever. It's just Ness doesn't understand the insecure like the level of insecurity she gives off when she does stupid shit like that or whatever. She like it's so sad. I just look at her and I don't feel bad for her or anything like that. It's just like, lady, you just keep making you just keep making the dumbest decisions. And like I said, Shakim is in the winning position right now. But yes, her and Pizarro, Ness said she went over to Jay Wilson's and said she will never, this is what she said, which we know that's bullshit or whatever. She said, I'm not giving them a show. I'm not going over to Pizarro's no more. You
Yeah,
ain't
I
gonna
heard
catch
that.
me.
We all
Right.
heard the lies. Go ahead.
Yeah, she said, I'm not going over to Pizarro's no more. Fuck them. Because but obviously they're not taking her side. So now Brianna's back to being fat bitches and pound cakes and all this other stuff. But Ness was the one who wanted to try one of Brianna's pound cakes. She wanted to eat one of them and shit. I wouldn't have ate nothing from Brianna because the way that she said that Brianna's heart was gonna collapse, who knows what type of
When
shit
they came and
and
said she smelled, it was enough for me. I mean, because I've been met by plenty of people in New York City, and they said I smell like an angel, not water, bitch. I mean,
right. And I'm like, girl, you just said that you said on live that you wanted to try one of Brianna's pound cakes or bunt cakes or whatever the hell those cakes are. And Brianna was like,
for
"Yeah, I'll make
free.
you a
She wanted
cake
to try it for free. We got to mention that with her broke ass. Go ahead.
and review it and review it for everybody." And I was like, "You really gonna eat after these people?" I was just like, "Damn, this bitch is so disgusting." Because I would not
And
eat
I'm
after
glad you brought up the
nobody.
pound cake thing. Anybody that's dumb enough to send Brianna their address after Brianna's reputation on here, you deserve whatever's coming next. Okay, bitch? Y'all
Oh,
thought Joanna was bad. Brianna is stank as fuck. Brianna is non-mobile. You gonna have that cake secret ingredient gonna be must, underbelly smet, and mixed with fella and peen. I'll mute. Go ahead.
right. And I'm just like, you would really take a cake from Brianna, but now, like I said, she's back to dragging Brianna and stuff, and dragging Pizarro and calling Pizarro ghetto and stupid. Everything that she is, she's calling Pizarro. Like I don't know why Ness be making it seem like she grew up in Beverly Hills when you from Miami Gardens. Like if you don't stop, you from the fucking hoods of Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like your mother's got holes on the side of her house with two boys and shit like that. Like, I mean, I just don't understand doors off the hinges and stuff. Like, please stop
You two
acting like you
cameras. You two camera. Hold on. You two camera. You might want to edit that comment. You don't see poverty on this link. This is uppity and heedy. Fuck poverty. Go ahead, heedy.
yeah, and
You got your name right. They think y'all a couple because poverty is so gay. I mean,
yeah, so but I ain't gonna go there with Pizarro, but yeah, so that ended up happening the other day. But like I said, the thing that was really pissing me off was like I never met two pussies that were married, Brooke and Malik. Idiots up there trying to explain away. And Brooke was in the background while Malik was trying to talk to grown folks and trying to talk to Shakim and stuff like that. She was in the background, like just like talking about how they was, just how it shouldn't even be like this, and how she was just like saying like she was just in the background have trying to get Malik, I mean, trying to get people. I don't even know why she was in the background, but she was just going off and stuff like that while Malik was trying to have a conversation with Shakim. But they are so fucking scary and they are so afraid to hold Ness accountable. That should tell Brooke right then and there. If you can't even tell a bitch when she's wrong, that's not your fucking friend, you idiot. That's not a friend. A friend is somebody that you can tell them something, whether they get mad or not, but you can't tell Ness anything. And you know that. That's why you look stupid today. You and Malik both look like idiots on Ness's panel. Y'all look like idiots. I mean, not Ness's panel, I'm sorry, on Brianna's panel, trying to explain away and not trying to hold her and making and then Malik was trying to make it and he was like, Shakim don't have an issue with Ness. Shakim got an issue with Lemon. And everybody was like, bro, like he does not have it's not just Lemon he has an issue with. We keep telling your stupid ass and your dumb wife that the problem is Ness. Ness is the fucking problem. Well, they should talk it out. You know, they should do this and they should do that. I was like, just sit your stupid ass down in the chat. You and Brooke, drop down. Shut the fuck up because neither one of y'all are holding anybody accountable. And guess what? When Ness went live, they brought their bitch asses over to Ness's channel and all this other crap to try to, kiss up Nessa's butt and stuff like that or whatever. And maybe Brooke likes the taste of Nessa's shitty ass. But and it clearly does, her and Malik, even though she called Malik all kinds of gays, and that's what she really feels about him. Never mind the fact that when we were on the phone, I was like, are you sure that's a good idea for you to go live and talk about Malik and
No,
in that type?
no, he. We know she don't
Oh,
give a fuck about them too. But let me
no.
ask you a question on
Okay.
YouTube cameras in the chat because she did say that. Because now she's trying to do. I feel like she trying to do the Shaken what she did with me and you. So from your perspective, because you like we have been had words, and sometimes you was cool with Ness when what I'm saying, when we wasn't cool, and you did say that Ness oftentimes make you feel a certain way. So Ness presented it as like Shakim feels like YouTube cameras is a stupid ass bitch. So do you think that Shakim really said that in those words, or she putting 20 on 10? Because she has definitely trying to separate our relationship. And I really wouldn't know. So I'm just asking because I love me some YouTube cameras. So Ness doesn't have anything like even when I was beefing with YouTube cameras per se. It wasn't considered real beef, but she can't pull out nothing like I was talking crazy about YouTube cameras and none of that shit. So I know she was just as jealous of me and YouTube cameras relationship as me and yours. But I guess because ours is a little bit more on public display, um, she didn't try to carry it that way. But because Shakim and YouTube cameras supposedly had this close relationship, do you think she's lying or do you think she's putting 20 on 10 as she did with me in your relationship? Get your rest, YouTube
Well,
cameras.
yes, I do.
I know YouTube camera said, girl, I don't give a fuck about what she said. I know, but I just want to talk from a perspective because she done this before. And right now she's on a spin campaign and I'm on to unspin her bullshit for the people that want to know. I don't give a fuck about the people that say they team that's anyway. Give a fuck about you weird assholes. She gonna get you next. Go ahead, Heedy.
Yes, and I think that Ness is right now. Do I think that her like with the YouTube cameras thing? I honestly think that Shakim likes YouTube cameras, and I think that he even
Me
like did a
too.
whole
Me
post.
too.
He even did a whole post like telling her happy birthday and all this other stuff. But in covert narcissist, shout out to Uppy, covert narcissist fashion. Ness is after
That
now
part,
that
covert narc. Go ahead. Barbara Warren, pay attention. I mean,
Ness is out here looking crazy, because narcissists cannot look crazy. I mean, not cannot look crazy, but they cannot look like they're the problem. They cannot be held accountable about anything. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with a narcissist when you can't say anything to them. That's Ness all the way. But in her fashion, right now she's in the smear campaign stages, so kind of like the same stages that she was in when we were dealing with each other. She, tried to tarnish my name and all this other stuff, and oh, Uppity doesn't like you, and you don't like Uppity, and oh, and YouTube cam or with shock him. YouTube cameras, you don't like YouTube cameras. Everybody, she's gonna tell everybody, I'm sure on her live today, she was saying to everybody that who Shakim doesn't like and who Shakim was talking shit about. Like I said, I know this girl like a book. She was just smearing his name, talking about how like Shakim probably who he talked about, all this lie roasting. She's gonna pull shit out of her ass and stuff like that or whatever. The only person I believe that he was talking shit about was like Lemon, and of course, and we all know that or whatever, and the people that he doesn't like. But that should not be um that should not be, what do you call it, that shouldn't be surprising that that she is that he will be talking about somebody that he doesn't like behind the scenes, but she will add on to it and say, "Oh well, he doesn't like this person. He really doesn't like this person. He doesn't like you, and he, like she would do with me. He don't like you. He never liked you. He don't like this person. He don't like that person." Just lie, cause you know me. I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna know. If I don't like you, you're gonna know it. You're gonna know it. I'm gonna make sure you know it. So she's in the smear campaign stages. After the smear campaign is over and and nobody's going, Ness is going to try to play the victim herself. Something's going to either she's going. I mean, so she's going to try to look like she's innocent and she didn't do anything wrong. Jay Wilson's the only person that's buying her bullshit. Like I don't understand why Jay Wilson keeps saying that Ness is smart when she continuously keeps making the same dumb mistakes. I don't get that.
Juicy is trying to get at Catherine Powell because I don't watch Nest that much. Like I said, I watched her live today because of like the circumstances. But apparently, Catherine Powell and Juicy be behind the scenes together. And Juicy was pissed the other day. I shared the live. He's basically said that Catherine Powell made him feel uncomfortable. She shares a lot of her personal business. And she's sitting with people, and he was talking about Ness, because that's what panel she was on, who wants her to give information. So Juicy is petty to the core. Juicy told her while she was on the panel, I could drag you next week. Cause he planned on doing that shit. And he also told her to her face, I feel like when you dox people and you do this and this and that to people, you can't handle a roast and gag.
But
And she
she
tried to
was
laugh and go over that shit. Cause that's what she does. Go ahead though.
he was speaking up about like how he felt like Shakim, he was calling earlier, even earlier this morning, he was calling Shakim an opportunist. And he was basically when Ness the last time he was live, he was saying like, he was making fun of Shakim's older or whatever. Cause don't forget that Ness said on her live today, they were reporting because I only know what was discussed due to Pizarro and Brianna. Those were the only two I was watching and stuff like that today. So Ness was saying that Shakim stunk and all this other stuff. So of course Jay Wilson does a live that says "soapless in Seattle" or whatever. She was saying that Shakim stunk so bad. Did you see that part where she was saying that Shakim stunk so
Yeah,
bad that
she basically said like you needed a hazmat suit to stand around him. And I also felt like that was projection because I find it hard to believe you don't have no body odor issues when you wore the same outfit for 3 days on your period when he didn't met you. And that's why I said like in my
and
commentary
not
earlier.
not to
Go ahead.
mention um Brianna and Pizarro kind of caught her up in a lie because while she's saying that Shakim stinks and his odor so bad, she was like literally having him try drinks from her own mouth. From her, I mean, not from her own mouth, but her own mouth being on those drinks. She was telling him to try the taste of it and stuff like that or whatever. And it's like if he really stunk, then why would you do that and stuff like that or whatever.
Right,
Then she said,
exactly. And that's my point. Well, I didn't even think about that part because, like I said, I didn't watch her vacation thing because it was so fucking boring, right? But at the end of the day, why invite him the second time? And then why invite him the second time, like I said earlier in my commentary, without talking about his body odor? And I even you use an example because people have been talking crazy about Ness, and if you notice her entry in the thing or whatever, and you brought her toothpaste and toothbrushes, you offered to buy her clothes. And my question to you would be this, Heidi, did you talk to her about the showering aspect of everything? That like did you ask her like on a personal basis? Like because nobody asked you this before, and I'm gonna ask you, did you because you did bring her toothbrush and toothpaste because you did feel like she wasn't keeping up like like hygiene. You know what I'm saying? You didn't feel like she would bring these things. So did you have this conversation with her after the Miami trip or before the Miami trip or whatever? Because she's saying Shakim is her brother and she felt like he disappointed her twice, but she never said at one time that she brought up his odor as a situation. But go ahead.
well, I had conversations with her because I'm such a direct person. I had conversations with her during the Miami trip. I was telling this, like,
Let's go, Edie. Let's go. I'll
you,
mute. Let's go.
yeah, I was telling her, like, yeah, what, I was just not in a disrespectful way, but I was like, hey, I can, like I said, I would tell her, like, hey, I can go and we can go to any place that you shop at around I mean out here or whatever, and we can go to a mall and I can get you some clothes and stuff like that or whatever. And there's a CVS across the street. They told me there's a CVS and within walking distance, which is right across the street or whatever. We can just go right across the street and get some hygiene products or whatever. I can go get you some, we can get some soaps and all this other stuff or whatever so that you can stock up on that stuff or whatever. And so I was trying, yes, I did try to suggest that, but she was like, no, I just want to chill here and I'm just cool here. I just want to be in a 5-star hotel and be not smell. Smell. I mean, not even be in a 5-star hotel and not wash. And she was just okay with that. So, um,
And
yeah.
now she's doing. Now she's claiming that Lemon is giving the all inclusive vacation. I highly doubt that shit. Like I told you, Heidi, she's been trying to beat that hotel that you gave her, and she can't do it yet. Lemon ain't give her nothing but that 250 everybody else got. I wouldn't be surprised by the time February come around, she's gonna use some excuse after Sassy quit to quit because her main goal is to make Sassy quit. So I was shocked when I heard on Kimmy Live, Sassy said she wants to fight a spit, whatever the case may be. But anyway, but like I said, Ness is a stink ass bitch. She doesn't watch. She's under depression. And like I said, I don't know what Shakim smells like. I just know Shakim was wanting to be the one riding for her ass. But at the end of the day, I seen this coming. And Ness, and she really got narc injury because the king said he would never meet that weird ass bitch. I mean,
Yeah, well, the thing is that with the whole like there might be some validity to people saying that Shakim has an odor because there's been more than one person that has said that he has an odor. I'm not understanding, but then on top
right,
of
and that's
that,
why I said that I'm not going to take it away from her, but
right.
I'm not going to make it seem like it isn't. It isn't what she made it out to be. You know what I'm
But
saying?
we're not
Because
gonna act
you
like
met
we
with
don't.
him twice, and you
Right,
stink too, bitch. That's
right,
who. That's who got a lot in common. You and Shakim, bitch. If you want to go there, the fuck.
right. And we've seen her in pictures with her arms wrapped around Shakim, so we know that if he was really so awful and he smelled so bad.
Oh, good point. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Good point.
So it's like girl, if you don't shut the fuck up. And even that stuff now we could even the whole thing with the Sean Bradley thing, because I didn't even see the Kimmy thing or whatever, because I don't watch her. I don't give a shit what she gotta say. But yeah, I mean, what did you watch anything Kimmy was talking about? Because I didn't watch her.
I came in kind of late, but the internet was kind of popping today. But from what I seen from Kimmy, and shout out to Kimmy, I like Kimmy. I got no issues with her. So,
Good.
uh, basically, from what I'm understanding, she basically was asking. Uh, I think she called Ness up because I had redballed it. She called Ness up there, and Ness was like giving her president's speech or whatever the case may be. Um, yeah, and that's it. She basically was just giving her like troll, which we all knew that. But I don't know because Ghetto did come out today on Computer Back Panel and say that how Kimmy talked him through something with somebody when he was I don't get all the talking points, but I'm like, if Kimmy did all that, the way Lemon was dragging Kimmy, I don't know if she's really assisted to you like that. I don't know. But Ghetto, it is what it is with Ghetto, but it is what it is. I don't know.
It's just he's just so phony. And I mean, even like last night, me and him, like I had like an exchange of words with him due to the fact that I was just like, I can't take it anymore. I do not like men in the closet. I don't like DL men. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. Like I'm like, bro, like I see through that shit. So it's like it just makes me uncomfortable because you're trying to put on this
Can you
facade.
hear?
Even yeah,
Okay, I'm
you hear
sorry.
me?
That was me. Yeah, I can hear you now.
And it was just like Ghetto is trying to put on this facade that he is like a straight guy, which even Clyde Diva did a live and said that Ghetto, we know, like you're gonna bring your best heels to Vegas to meet with Lemon. And it's just like, and every time he gets on a panel, he has to talk about Lemon. And it's like, bro, you are so DL. It's like not even funny. It's not even
Right.
funny because no straight man got that kind of time to keep bringing that dude up. Like it's like you're like intrigued or it's like it's so weird. And so I just called him out or whatever.
Can I ask you a question? I want you to answer honestly, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, and I know you don't like talent, so take your dislike for talent out of this, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know if you realize how Ness had flipped on him, which was weird to me. And then on top of that, Ghetto keeps going on and on about this. Yeah, because talent asked me, and I know how he's a good dude, and this and this and that. So I basically asked Ghetto, I was like, yeah, talent wants to put together this whole 5-star dinner. And when you go to certain restaurants, the price could be pricey, So I say, do you plan on letting talent pay for it? Because Ghetto loves to lead with money. So I'm like, do you plan on letting talent lead pay for this whole meal? Or because based on the people, like the invites keep getting longer, right? So do you
Hmm.
plan on letting talent pay for this whole meal? Or are you going to chip in? And Ghetto tells me, all you worried about is money. I'm like, what? You always talking about money. You're not doing a VIP no more where you say a bottle is going to cost like $1,000. Are you going to chip in on this 5-star dinner or what? That's what I want to know. Is that wrong of me to ask that? I'm not even going.
Yeah, and I was watching that live. I was watching that live. As soon as I seen that live. I was watching you when you was on there, and I was like, he was like, well, we ain't really talked, but we was gonna pay for and all this other stuff. And my thing, and that's where I got you right there. I mentioned that on Pizarro's yesterday. I was like, first of all, if you got it like that, like you want people to think that you got it like that, you would just be
Right.
like, I got this shit. I got it. We ain't even thinking about what the cost. We're not thinking about the cost. We're not thinking of who's gonna pay for what because I got it. I got enough for everybody. That's the way I
Right.
think. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
what we what I'm saying? So, but we're on two different tax brackets. But the whole
Right.
thing is
Clearly.
that
Clearly. Go ahead.
so yeah, I was like, bro, like, I mean, no. So you said, yeah, I do find like I don't know what happened in Seattle with Ness and talent or whatever, but yeah, I do notice a switch, but I don't know if it's like I don't know if they really like fall. I don't know if they fell out like that. I don't think it's like that serious.
Oh, no, that according to the people, they said Ness had an issue with the fact that when they went to the Kama Sutra, whatever the fuck that sex punking thing was, um, Tally didn't want her to see his ID. But you didn't let her see your ID either. So
No,
I
she
mean,
didn't, and swear
so
she
why
to
she
this
mad?
day,
Why she mad?
like yeah, but yeah, she never seen any of my information.
Nobody trusts a crackhead. Okay, bitch.
But only the stupid people, only Malik and Brooke, they're gonna make excuses for Ness till the very end, and it's like she's in the hot seat. She is guilty, Brooke and Malik. She is guilty. Please don't ever be an attorney at the Miss Soul show, Brooke or Malik, because you guys are both idiots. And please don't ever defend Ness because she's definitely going to lose that case. Whatever case if she ever gets in a case with anybody again, you know what I'm saying? So
Hold on. YouTube camera said, why would he show his ID? That's why she flipped on him YouTube cameras because she said that he pretended that because I guess the Kama Sutra want to ID you no matter how you look, I guess. And Tyler pretended that he didn't have his ID. He had to go get it. I don't know the context of it because I wasn't there. But she said clearly he basically wanted her to. She was like, I guess she stood there for a minute and then she's like, let me just. She got the vibes that he didn't want his ID being presented in front of her. So she just went ahead and showed her ID and went inside, and then and Tyler came in 30 seconds later. Yeah, bitch. Why would anybody trust you? He did the same thing when y'all met in Miami, and that ain't stop you from sitting in the same clothes for 3 days. You weird ass
yeah,
bitch. I'm
I
mute.
kept I kept my wallet on me, like stuck to me and stuff like that. Even when I was like,
No, we're
even
talking
when
about the check-in. Remember the check-in, Heidi? Remember the check-in? Because she swears she knew your identification from the check-in, then you had to come out here explaining like, no,
She's
that's
never.
not what happened.
We met
Yeah.
first of all. I met her before she didn't even have to go to the check-in. We went straight to the room. So she does not know anything.
Oh, so she lied
I
about
met
that.
her
Okay.
outside. Yeah, I met her outside, and I already, I had my that little key, that fob or whatever you call it or whatever, and we went straight to the room.
The,
You know what
the
I'm saying?
keypad. The
Yeah,
keypad.
yeah. So we went straight to the room after I met her outside. After she got out her Uber, we went straight to the elevator and up to the room because we were like up some floors because we were in like some huge, we were in
Or
like
did
one of
she
the
have
biggest
her own
suites.
keypad? Like she could check in and out on her own?
Yeah, they gave us more than one. They
I
gave
know.
us
So
more
you
than
gave
one.
her her own one?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, of course.
So did she ever use it?
Somebody had to go downstairs to get the food. Um,
Oh my God, let me shut up.
yeah, she used it. She used it or whatever. But of course, shit. I mean, yeah. So there was no need
You
for
know, but that's
anything.
why she was mad at Talahidi, because he didn't want to show her ID. Because she basically said it. She started it somewhere, I forget whose panel. But when I watched her live today, because I barely watched that bitch, but I watched it today because of the circumstances. And yeah, she was mad at Talent and she went off of him about the thing because he didn't want to show her ID. Like, but you're
She
not
wanted to
trusted.
dox him. She wanted to dox him. I mean,
She
if
tried.
in
She
case
didn't show his picture with that fake drop the phone shit. Yeah.
she wanted ammunition, in case um her and Talent ever fell out, she would have that to hold on to or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she was trying to do what she like. And anybody who goes on a vacation, especially with somebody like Ness, like I'm telling even Lemon, when they go to Vegas and stuff like that, make sure you're getting footage of Ness's full body. Don't be the idiot that allows Ness to film you switching and shit like that with the limp wrist. No, you need to have footage of Ness too. Fuck, because she's
Put the
not your.
film
We
out,
all
and then
know,
Shaquille put the film out because that's what Shaquille was her pee on, and he
because
mad about it now.
they
I
had
mean,
more ammunition on Lemon than Lemon had on them, and that was the sad part about it. I mean, Lemon's whole entire sexuality, even before that, I already
Ness
knew, but
loves to
was
triangulate.
exposed.
Ness loves to triangulate. And that's why
Yeah,
Ness is mad. And I'm so happy
but
YouTube cameras is in this comment section saying that. Even though like Shakim, I'm not mad at you, but child, I'm not about we never gonna be where we was because you played in my face for Ness. And now that Ness is playing in your face, you can't come back here at this point. That's just how it goes. Just do better. But I'm glad YouTube cameras is in the chat repping. It was the same thing with me and Heidi. Ness tried the same thing. And like I told Ness, whatever you got to give me, you should have gave it to me then. Don't give it to me now because Heidi discarded you, bitch. Now that's who got discarded. You by Heidi, bitch. Heidi said, get the fuck out my face, ho. You want to fight? All this type of shit, and you ain't had none of that energy. Heidi gave you every energy you wanted to start. But because me and Heidi stay cool, you were the mad bitch, not me, bitch. So I'm
yeah,
glad YouTube cameras is in this chat keeping that same energy with Shakim because he didn't do nothing to me. So it's no reason for me and he to have ever no smoke. So like I told that bitch, whatever you got that he said, go ahead and put it out. I'll write it, I'll read it, but I don't give a fuck. You didn't give a fuck when they said it, bitch. You wasn't on my side. So whatever you got to say about YouTube cameras, she's right here in this chat saying, yep,
but that's a part.
go ahead and put
That's
it out. She don't give a fuck. She fucking with Shakim. She fucking with Shakim. So it is what it is, you tired ass bitch. You're
but
not gonna
that's a
be, you can stay mad at YouTube camera. She's still shitting on you, bitch. Go ahead, Heidi.
but that's a part of her smear campaign. That's a part of her. Oh, and nobody like if her and Brooke fall out, and Brooke don't like any of y'all. And Brooke said this, and Brooke said that. Whether she got to make shit up, which she has to, I'm sure, or whatever,
Right?
she got to make shit up or not. She will make things up. If she falls out with you,
Yeah,
she will
after the
smear
shit she
you.
said that he said about me, she lied. When she finally put the fucking message out, I'm like, this is what you got? Girl, bye. But anyway,
Oh
Molly asked the question. He said, to me, the only reason she started messing with Lemon was to try to make this he jealous with this heat degree.
yeah, Of course. I mean,
Yeah,
but
because he
it
said that he got
backfired.
a full. No,
But it
she said that she got a full vacation pay. We got to wait all the way to February to see if that's going to top that Miami trip. But I'm mute. Go ahead and talk your
Oh,
shit.
it definitely won't. Not with Lemon's income, source of income comes through YouTube. Rick Reed put a stop to that shit. So where the hell is he getting? Where's the money going to come from? He's going to end up spending so much money thinking that he got like, oh, I got $10,000 and stuff like that. That stuff is going to go so that little bit of money is going to go so fucking fast. Like you're not going to be able. He cannot keep. No, he cannot. He can't keep up with me at all. You know what I'm saying? Because when we were planning our next trip, when me and Ness was dealing with each other, we were planning our next trip. I was gonna raise the bar. I was gonna raise the bar even more. So it was like, just quit while you're ahead, you know. But yeah, I think that she was definitely trying to make me jealous and stuff like that, but it backfired on her when the moment that she saw Lemon, you know, eyeball and him switching and stuff like that. When we the last time me and Ness talked to each other, Ness was on Lemon's panel talking about me and her our sexual encounter, and I made her get off of the panel. I made her get off the panel, and
He,
I
they said that Shakim said somewhere, I don't know where he said it, but they said that
uh,
he presented, or he said that he has proof that Nessa trying to flag down Lemon Page. And
oh yeah, I've
she
already know
somewhat
that.
admitted it on her live. She somewhat
I
admitted on her live.
Yeah,
So,
I know
but
that,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
but let
see?
me
Oh, go
what
ahead.
right,
I'm sorry.
but because I'm gonna tie that in too. She was talking about our sexual like encounter or whatever on Lemons Live. I told her to get down, and I told her, you know, she had to call me. So she called me and I said, stop talking about me and our and whatever went on with us. Stop talking about that on
Wait, when is
Lemons
the
plat.
time frame of this? Because you're going to confuse people. When is the
No,
time frame so people can have an idea? When was
um
the time frame?
this was this year. This was this year. This was
What
a
month
few
this
months
year?
ago. Um I don't know. I mean like what
Like around, like between what month?
March,
Like
April,
March?
March.
Okay.
Yeah, April,
Okay, go
March.
ahead. April, March. Go
And
ahead.
I told her, I said, stop talking about our thing or whatever ended up happening. Stop talking about it. She said, who cares? Lemon's a fag. And I said, I don't care what he is. Do not talk about our situation. That don't have shit to do with anything. I don't want you to talk about that. We're friends. We're not even on that level no more. You're getting drunk and you're talking about sex and stuff like that or whatever. She was like, well, and she was like, well, you want to have she was asking me if I wanted to have phone sex and all this other stuff or whatever. And she was like, well, I have somebody that can, she was like, I don't, if you don't want to
Well,
do it,
say quotas and say the sex. It's the same word. Say quotas. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Colt.
Quotas.
You talking about
COITUS.
cultist? Colt,
Yeah,
like
whatever
as in
how you
Colt?
say it. No, quotas is another word for sex. Quotas.
Oh,
COITUS. I'm not bugging. Am I bugging you, chat? CO. Go ahead, girl, but it's another word. Google it. Go ahead. I'm
okay.
mute.
So yeah. So I was she was like, well, I could get somebody if you because I told her I don't want to, I don't look at you in that type of way no more. She was like, well, I can get somebody else to you know, to do that for me and stuff. I was like, well, why didn't you? But the thing is that when Lemon's page first started getting hit really bad with
Well,
strikes,
no,
that
like, you said why. Well, you
when
know, you said why didn't you? She didn't answer you, or are you just skipping over the answer?
no, I told her, I said I didn't I don't look at you. I told her I don't look at her
I
like
know you
that
said
no
I don't
more.
look at you in that way. That way,
Yeah.
and you said, well,
And
and
she
you
said, but
said,
and she said,
go
well,
ahead.
she said, well, I could get somebody, you know, I could get somebody else.
Get
If
somebody to
you're not gonna
replace
do it,
you, and
basically, if
yeah.
you're not gonna do it, somebody else will do it or whatever.
And then you asked her
But
why didn't you, and what did she say?
I'm sorry.
You said
Oh
you.
yeah, when I said why don't she and that's when she was like, that's when she got mad and she hung up. And that was like the
Oh,
last
okay,
time we
okay,
talked to each other or whatever. But
okay.
you know, well, one of the last times. But then let's see. Oh yes. So Lemon's channel getting struck. When Lemon's channel started, because this is going into Shakim's that thing that you just said was Shakim. When Lemon channel first started getting hit, that was still around the time me and Ness was still dealing with each other. Well, what ended up happening was I knew I was like Ness was like, yeah, and people are everybody's saying that me and Shakim is behind like Lemon's channel getting struck, and I don't give a fuck, and I don't care and all this other stuff or whatever. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I knew she had something to do with it because the moment Lemon's channel was out of commission, the first time that ever happened, she went live. She was like, I gotta go. I gotta go live. And I was like, dang, like you're going live because you're like, it was like clockwork. Soon as his channel went down, like a ton of bricks, and it was out of commission. The first that the main channel or whatever, she was like, I gotta go live. I gotta get these numbers and shit like that. I was like, damn, like do you got something to do with this shit? Like you just but I already
Mm-hmm.
knew that. I already knew that they were striking Lemon's channel. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Shakim was very vocal about it. He was very vocal, and Ness wanted Lemon out of here because I kept telling her that Lemon wanted her traction when she had the night show.
But he did, but he wasn't lying. So it seems like
So she
she's
wanted
getting her
back.
get back. But
Yeah.
he did take her traction, but she handed her night stage over to him on a silver platter because she thought she had him under like the wing like Shakim, even though eventually she didn't even have Shakim like that. Because if you look around her, like you said, I feel like the best she was gonna get was Shakim, as far as people kneeling to her ass and her bipolar needs and shit like that. Allegedly, I don't know what she's diagnosed with. I'm just seeing it as bipolar, so I'm just saying allegedly. I feel like she comes up to me as bipolar. Don't know what she got going on. Unlike this bitch, I'm not gonna call no mental health services that I think she needs, even though she's online admitting she's a mental health patient, even going into fake YouTube courts with that diagnosis. That tell you how weird this and weak the bitch is. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, she she has been showing these signs. So I believe what he's saying because like, and she said on her own live how diabolical she is, and she dropped names of people that she was comfortable saying. So I'm going on a limb and say, even though she only mentioned poverty name, I'm going on a limb and saying Shakim, maybe, but I don't think Shakim has done it to me, but maybe he has done it to others. But
The two biggest threats to Ness, what we got to keep in mind, the two biggest threats to Ness, who channels she wanted down, was Pizarro's and Lemons. When Lemon started to gain traction, because remember when
right,
Lemon
but
started
we
going
know that, but
right,
poverty didn't
but
want to
I'm letting
accept
the
that. I showed
but I'm
poverty and proof.
right, but
Go
I'm
ahead. I'm sorry.
saying but I'm saying that for the audience purposes or whatever. So
Oh
when
yeah. Oh yeah.
people
Yeah. No,
put that,
he's right. No, he's right. No, he's right.
yeah,
That's what I was trying to tell him. I've always
yeah,
said that, and you was always saying that. That's what I'm saying. I was speaking in terms of like her trying to turn on Lemon Page, and I think Shakim was going to supposed to be her threat, but
anybody who
he
she
wasn't a
deems a
threat to
threat.
Lemon, but he was more of a threat to her. That's what it
Right.
turned out to be, in my opinion. He turned out to be more of a threat to her than Lemon. But I do believe that all of these hazmat suits she felt she needed about around Shakim, and how she trying to turn things down. I'm not gonna say like there's no nothing to nothing, right? But
Well,
at the
right
end of the day,
now,
you stood around him. It's not that at that point, because even Saint Jane, and Saint Jane, you supposed to be a big YouTuber. You was ready. You was. I seen you in her comment section. That's why I'll be wondering what she be saying to you niggas behind the scenes, and you're basically correlating Christianity with people that are slow, because I seen you in her comment section ready to cancel Roe, only for her to validate Roe days later, and y'all still asking Roe, do he feel stupid? No, do y'all feel stupid? Still listen to this bitch that admit that she's in the sector to curse y'all out and be a fraud. I mean,
I mean, but nobody can ever say anything about Honest Roe because Honest Roe showed that he had more balls than Lemon. I mean, not Lemon than Shakim. Against Ness
lemon
and
and
stuff like that.
Shakim. No, it's lemon and
Shakim,
Shakim. Lemon
Shakim.
and
Oh yeah, well of
Shakim.
course, but Shakim allowed stuff to build up so much that he didn't have any balls until he couldn't take it anymore. He just would
Right.
had to so that whole thing or
But it's not
whatever.
even balls though,
But
because he goes off on everybody else. But
but
he don't got no balls to stand on his own. That's the problem. And a man is
n-
gonna be a man. That part,
right.
like you
But
can't be a man selectively. Go ahead, Heidi. I'm sorry.
now that his channel is getting traction, he's a well, we all know that he's a threat. But Brooke and Malik is caping finesse, but the moment, which will probably, I mean, won't ever happen because we know Brooke's channel's dead and she hasn't put any energy in her own channel for whatever reason or whatever, because she's too busy helping Ness make
Like,
money while they
if she follow me one more time, I'm gonna
while
share
her and
another
Malik
video on my Instagram, bitch.
while
Go
her
ahead. If you
while
follow me
her
again, I'm gonna share a video. I'm sorry.
while while her and Malik are over there broke, she's over there helping Ness make money. But the moment that Brooke, even when Brooke was getting traction, that those days that when Brooke was getting numbers, those days that her and Malik was going at it, Ness wasn't sitting on a panel like that with her. She was not sitting on the panel like that with her. She went over there for like 30 minutes to an hour, if that, and she just left because she's so jealous. She's very jealous. Even when she goes on these vacations, we everybody wants to know, like, well, Brooke, why aren't you going to Vegas? Why aren't you going on any of these vacations? Why aren't you and Malik going out of town and stuff? Because y'all over there on YouTube, y'all over there on everybody else's channel talking about y'all
They
popping
broke.
gold.
First
But
of
talk, I'm
all,
saying,
they
but I'm
broke.
saying, but I'm saying they over here talking about they popping gold bottles. Him and a broke ass ghetto over here talking about gold bottle this and gold bottle that. But then when it's time to up the ante and it's actually time to put some money out there, nobody got any money. See, all these guys are talking a good game
Let's
behind the
go,
computer
Heidi.
screen.
Let's go, Heidi. Go
You know
ahead.
what I'm
Talk that
saying?
shit.
They talking a good game behind the computer screen. It's easy to do that. But he didn't talk shit behind the computer screen about what I can do. I already showed what I can do and I can up the ante at any time. Because Ghetto, when me and Ghetto got into it yesterday on Pazal's platform, and Ghetto was like, well, $1,000 and stuff like that. And first
Well,
of
hold
all,
on,
like,
Heidi. Hold on, Heidi. Hold on. You say you can up the ante at any time.
yeah.
Now, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the YouTube, and I believe you could. But I know how, like, you and Talent got that a lot, like with y'all safety things, whatever. But how would you feel about me and Mia C? I think y'all would make
Me,
a good match. I
you and
mean,
who? Wait,
Mia
who?
C, Mia C. She seemed like she don't got no problem going outside, and any fit you pull out, she can rock that shit. I told that girl, keep going, get away from Lemon, weird ass, and you got potential to be the B sector 2.0 queen. And I think with your guidance, she could really do that. Like, I feel like you
Mia?
two on a vacation. Mia C, yes. Mia is magical.
She's
She
from
got the body. She got the body. I seen your ex. She got the body that you like. I know that.
oh, mm,
And
I
she
I
do
don't
got
know.
one kid that she take care of, and she's about her business. When you say like you want a boss bitch, she says she make $38 an hour, and I have to correct that because I thought she made 38K a month, but she said she made $38 an hour.
Well, yes. I mean, I don't even. I would have to
Oh,
see
see
who
what
that.
they said? Me and straight. Look. I want so when you say you can up the ante, I'm thinking that's who you got to get with. Like I'm just saying, I'm just putting
Oh
that
no,
out
I
there.
don't want to get with anybody else on
No,
there.
no, not sexually. I'm thinking of on some
Oh,
cool shit. Like y'all can
cool,
rock
yeah,
with it. Y'all can, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that next meetup be crazy because we want to
Oh
see what
yeah.
the hotel is giving, and we want to see somebody go out on the town and step with each other. So this be somebody like you got to be more arguing about like how we gonna match our style versus worried about bringing up toothbrushes, toothpaste, and deodorant and shit like that. Like you had to do the last time. Only
Well,
you know.
the very interesting thing is that unlike talent and a lot of these people, because I know you like these people or whatever, some of these people, but I can up the ante by myself. Because one thing about it is I can easily film, like go on somebody's panel when I go out of town and show you where I'm at, so
Well,
you can
you need
doc
to
that
do that with Uppity
you
then,
can
because you
doc the
ain't
whole
coming to New York News time soon.
no,
But
no,
like,
but I'm trying to let me tell you, I
okay, I
actually
mean, go
am.
ahead.
I'm coming to New York or whatever this year. Um,
Oh God, here we go again. I'm gonna
no, no,
shut
no,
up. Go ahead.
no. Seriously, I'm coming to New York this year, and I said to Trish, I'm meeting. Well, I want to meet Trish. I want to meet you. Um, I'm gonna be in Manhattan. I'm gonna be in Lower
Yeah, well,
Manhattan.
I'm not fucking with Trisha on no level. She's
No,
a
but
weird
I'm not.
ass bitch. Okay, go
But
ahead.
clearly I'm not gonna. Y'all, I'm not gonna meet y'all at the same time. So I'm gonna be in Lower Manhattan or whatever. Like so, somehow, some way we'll find, figure that whole thing out or whatever. But if I really wanted to show y'all, like, and that's what people was like, well, in Miami, like, oh, well, you did that for, no, that's how I
Well,
do
hold
it.
on,
Every
Kitty.
time I
Before
go out
we
of
finish this
town,
conversation, hold on.
mm,
I'm offended because first of all, we were supposed to have our own personal meet and greet. Trish was nowhere in this thing, and now you just putting it out here on my live.
no,
It's
no,
supposed
no.
to be like some type
I'm
of
meeting both of
weird ass
y'all.
shit. Talking about we
No,
meet. No. That's not how it was happening last time. That's not fair to me as a friend. But I'll
I'm
go
going
ahead.
out there
It
for a
was weird as
reason.
hell to meet me.
First of all, relax. I'm going out there for a reason. So I can't, I'm not going out there for content or for YouTube purposes. I'm going out there for a purpose or whatever. And I'm also coming, somebody's coming with me and stuff like that or whatever. So time is limited. So I was going to meet, you guys and stuff like that or whatever. But what y'all have to understand is that's how I live. When I go out of town, I'm always in a 5 star. I'm not in anything lower than a 5 star. Unless I went to like where Jay Dunn, where she's from and stuff like that, in Butt Crack, Mississippi, which I will never go to. But if I have to rough it, I'll be in a 4. But I
I'm
always do a
gonna
five
leave Jay
star.
Dunn alone because Jay Dunn is living a way better life than nasty ass messiness. You know what I'm
Well, yeah,
saying? So
true. But Jay
so
Dunn's also in Atlanta. She's in Georgia. She's not
well,
in
I
Mississippi.
love Atlanta. I always want to go there. I only been to the airport, but
But
I
I'm
do
just
want to spend
saying
a day.
that every place
But
does
no,
not
we
have.
gonna think back on that messy ass nest. And whenever you come to New York City, don't miss in that bitch church because we supposed to have our own thing as friends. So I'm gonna relax. But I don't appreciate Heidi doing that to me because you guys realize this is the first time she's saying this to me. So that's the only reason why I was upset. But Heidi could do what
Well,
she wants.
definitely. But yeah, I'm coming out there to meet y'all. That was the whole premise or whatever. Like I want to meet y'all and stuff like that or whatever. And and if I'm able to meet y'all and stuff, if we hopefully nobody has anything. I'm gonna give y'all the dates when I do decide when I'm coming out there or whatever. I'm gonna give y'all the dates. But yeah, that's gonna be a cool little thing or whatever.
Right.
And but I'm like I said, I'm gonna be in Lower Manhattan, and that's gonna up the ante as well, because I already know, I'm most likely, I know where I'm gonna be at or whatever, because I usually stay in the same area, the same type
Well, I
area.
was born and raised in Harlem, but Harlem is more special to me. But of course, I know every part of Manhattan. I was
Yeah.
born and raised in Manhattan, but I'm just from Harlem. It's more special. But yeah, ain't no problem with that. But okay, so yeah, but anyway, like I was just saying, as far as like the Mia C girl, how you feel about her?
I would have to see who that. I really don't know by face who that person is.
Well, did you hear the lie where she basically dragged the fuck out of Sassy, and
I don't.
I,
I need to see who she is.
I'm gonna
Well,
send
what
you
did
a
she say?
page. Look, child, I don't know. She said it all. Like she basically, you know how Sassy is, and she clocked her every time. She clocked computer back. It was like a refreshing thing in the B sector, like somebody that wasn't about to play these games just because they knew, and you think you somebody that you really not. If you look at the grammar scheme of things, like that's how she was handling them, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? She was doing that into Pulp Fiction, but I guess some people ain't it's okay because she was on a limit at some point. So I guess that's why some people wouldn't see her. But I would love to see how that plays out because Lemon is a play runner, and only thing he has produced is people that play on him and do themselves. So I don't mind out of all the people he introduced her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even act. I don't. I mean, I don't know. That I don't know Who is she that girl that was with we talking about that girl with audio or something?
Yeah, that's a girl that came from that. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know if I would collaborate with her.
Yeah, I know because of him. That's why I didn't want to mention that. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, she's not my type at all. But uh, I mean, not saying it
No, I'm
like
not
that, but I'm
talking
just saying,
sexually. No, no, no. I know
yeah.
how your type is, and we already understood that. Like you
But
dated
even her
down with Ness. You
personality,
dated down
like
with Ness, and I can agree with you. Did you know what I'm saying? Nobody believed y'all in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That's why you already are. So I can believe you dated down. But what I'm talking about, as far as like talent that Ness think that she has, like this is a girl that to me she has a cute shape. You know, she has one child. She didn't name the gender or whatever, but she's about that life. When people hit panels, she don't mind popping out. You know what I'm saying? And she says she make $38 an hour. So I don't know. That's what you know. What I'm
mm,
saying I'm guessing her job position comes with her acting a certain way. And even though she did with Pulp Fiction, she took accountability, in my opinion, in the right way, and she didn't play around with him no more. The reason why she dealt with Lemon, I'm not sure. That like that was like kind of a red flag, but I'm not gonna judge because like she did handle herself accordingly on those panels.
I think that if she's able to hold her own and stuff like that, and she if she frequents more panels, I think she's gonna be able to get traction on her own easily. You know what I'm saying? But when I seen her on Brianna's panel, when she was going back and forth with audio, I really wasn't impressed by nothing I mean, because it was just very odd because they were literally trying to ask her questions, and it was just like she switched up on him for some like it was on some weird stuff or whatever. So I don't know. It was just weird. Like it's like she it was like she switched up so fast, I guess, because she saw Lemon's numbers and stuff like that, and she wanted like to be a part of
No,
that.
no, no, no. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I have seen her on Lemon's panel. The first time I seen her was on Lemon panel, and I seen her going hard for Pulp Fiction. That's why I paid the bitch no mind initially. I was like, I had tuned into Lemon because I don't tune into Lemon, and I tell people that all the time. And that's another thing I want to address with these weird ass bitches. It's all these supposed to be 2.0 queens. Let me tell you, some guys something. Lemon is an idiot. Lemon is a goofy. If I don't
Right.
want to be seen with you in these streets, why the fuck would I sit here and act like you that nigga online? I would never do that shit at all. There
We
has
we
never
will
been a
let
time.
we will let Ness be the queen of the 2.0s because she needs it. She needs the validation and she needs the
Well,
attention.
whatever, child, whatever. Well, I don't give a fuck. I'm not giving her that because she's a goofy bitch too. Like I found Ness just as goofy as Lemon. You know what I'm saying? And my problem with this, like, if Ness wanted to be the queen of 2.0, I would easily let her have that if she didn't really act like it was a real thing. Like, it's one thing you be like, okay, let's play along, whatever. But then when you get to like acting like that's a real thing, there's no there. Not with me.
Right. Do you want to touch on the Rick Reed and Sean Bradley, or do you not?
Oh
Because
yeah. Oh well, yeah.
I'm gonna
Go ahead and
have.
touch on it. Go ahead. I would like to
Are
touch on that.
Are you sure? Because I'm not a Sean Bradley stan. I don't have a problem with him or nothing, and I'm not a Rick Reed. I don't have a dog in that fight or whatever. But I have my own
Okay, and so since
opinion.
we giving like okay, we can gonna get into this, but since we giving like little premeditated statements or whatever,
Hmm.
first of all, when I first met the king, I didn't even like think he was the king. Well, I knew he was the king, but I didn't like his attitude. That's why I made my whole video about my type of gay. And I know it can sound like crazy or whatever, but like, so I do love me some Sean Bradley, and everybody knows that. And
Right.
just like
That's why I
everybody
was
knows,
telling you. Yeah.
well, no, hold on. But just like everybody I know, I loves me some Heedy. It's the same thing. So it's not like because I love somebody so much, I can't see a flaw. It's not my fault that I can't prove he has one. He has grown from the type of person he was at that time. And most of the OGs admit like being bisected is not proud because We was really cutthroat. We was really about that life, and they really was. That's why uppity had nothing to do with it. My hands is clean. But these 2.0s are clout chasers. But go ahead, we can have this discussion because Rick Reed is somebody that I have always detested. I'm gonna be honest about that. From the beginning of time, I never liked him. He's a very
Right.
nasty ass person. He's a biracial person, and he's a biracial kid of a father that walked away. And I don't know, like I feel like at this age we all know the difference in biracial kids.
But
And
the
a lot
but
and a lot of these, hold on, let me just say this. A lot of these white moms that have kids by black men, they really don't like black women. And when they realize they get the same black man, they treat these kids differently. And they have been open with it to this point. But I'm gonna shut up from this point. Go
right.
ahead.
So the whole thing is Rick Reed versus Rick Reed versus Sean Bradley. The whole premise is who do you think is telling the truth when it comes to you know the the whole tie thing and all this other stuff and all that bullshit or
No,
whatever.
that's
Now
easy. I didn't have to go
now
that deep, Sean Bradley. I'll go ahead though.
well, I don't think so because that's what I'm saying. I don't think so at all because Sean Bradley literally caught himself in a lie when he was on his live and he was like, "Well, oh yeah, I didn't remember Ty being there and shit like that or whatever." Because he was very adamant about the fact that Ty was not there. And then he turned it around and said, "Oh yeah, she was there," and all this other stuff. So I'm like, something's not right about this. Something's not right about this. And it was just too
Um,
close in proximity and too close for comfort because
No, no,
even
no, no. You
because
understand that?
but
Okay.
but I'm
No, no.
lining
Can
it
I
up
say this,
because
CD? Can I say this, CD?
but let
If he
me
would not have admitted, no, hold on. If he would not have admitted that Ty was there, I would have totally agree with you. But the fact that he acknowledged it, because we're not gonna act like this didn't happen years ago. This happened years ago.
No, no, no.
So
No, no, no. But this,
okay.
but what we're talking about did not happen years ago. We're talking about something that happened last year. He was referring to Ness's vacation, the Vegas trip from last year, and he said I didn't know. He was talking about Ty didn't even come with us to Vegas because Ty wasn't even there and stuff like that or whatever. And then,
Oh,
and
okay, okay,
then,
okay. I know
and
what
then
you're talking
he,
about.
and then he was popped. And then
I'm
he was
sorry. I'm
popped
sorry.
yeah, so he was popped or whatever. So and I remember I did a live on my channel and Dimples was up there, Seven Stars was up there, and I was up there. And I think it was Kimmy was up there too, or something like that. But it was me, Dimples, and Seven Stars, and we were discussing it. And I remember Seven Stars and no, I remember Dimples was saying like, "Oh yeah, I have a feeling like Sean Bradley has something to do with this because." Because of the timeshares and shit like that or whatever. He's able to get these little deals or whatever through timeshares. And lo and behold, when Ness went on that Vegas trip, they said that they had to go downstairs and do something involving some sort of timeshare. Then Ty suddenly appears and stuff out of nowhere and stuff. And then Rick Reed goes on his live and says that Lemon was talking to him on the phone for hours. And he said that Lemon said that Ty was the one that was sponsoring the trip. And not only that, not only the sponsor, but no, he said that Lemon said that that Ness had to go downstairs and get some money from Ty. That's what Rick Reed said. So I was like, okay, so it's leaning more towards Sean Bradley being full of shit. Tracy said she said on her live, her last live that she did, she was like, I knew she said we already knew Ty had something to do with it. And Sean Bradley, we already knew that was their production. We already knew the and the Five Babe said the same thing or whatever, pretty much. Like everybody was like pretty like most of the people was like and even Deanna, they were all agreeing. So it's like Sean, for some reason, if Sean Bradley has something to do with it and Ty, some reason he does not want to have any like close have Ness in any close proximity, and he doesn't want to have any association with her. But he wants to be a part of the mess. He wants to see the mess. he don't mind funding it. But then he kind of threw me off when he said like he was saying like why if he was like if his people was back in that trip, he said that they wouldn't have been in that raggedy ass hotel with no microwave or kitchen. Because remember, Lemon had to heat up that pizza with the iron. So no, that was the 5-star experience they claimed they was having. So
Okay, here is it my turn. Can I say
yeah,
this?
yeah,
Okay, so this is what I want to say. I can see based on, and like I said, if I like, I'm not gonna because I come from a time and place where my word is my bond. That's what you got in this life, whatever. How
yeah,
you carry yourself, blah blah blah, right? So, from what I gathered from that video that the king did was like so much is going on. I can't remember. Just like right now, it like I swear it wasn't intentional. Like I'm like, well, yeah, they had a different thing when he was like, no, this happened last year. I just forget because of what be going on in my real life. I can't keep up with these people and Jay Wilson ways because I really don't. But at the end of the day, we have to look into what really happened. Was Ness invited? Me and you did a lot where we admitted together. Sean didn't want to meet that bitch, right?
no, probably didn't want to meet her, but
Hold on, let me finish.
okay,
Let me finish. So we're talking about things that are set in place. So just like you, when you went to meet Ness and you had to set up everything for her and stuff like that. So you yourself said she needs to be propped up. She needs instructions, direct, direct, right? So that lie
yeah,
should have been enough for you to say that, like to know that, like clearly this is not something if you really know him that he would be a part of. You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
it. Like it's look how everything was set up. So that's why he did that video to show proof. But I do agree, like he probably misspoke. And like I said, he had to come back because Deanna is not a known liar, like Poverty is. Poverty and computer back on them are known liars. So if
But
Deanna
even
brought it up, because you got to no, let me finish. I didn't say nothing when you
okay,
spoke it. So she made because I do follow Deanna and I love me some Deanna. Hilarious. Love her. You know what I'm saying? Love her down. And I love Deanna I love Deanna like I love Sean Bradley. So like these are just the grace of the sector that we know of the B
the
sector
decent,
today. That's it and all. So when she brought that out, he basically came out and was like, yeah, I just two things could be true at once, in my opinion. She brought it out like, yeah, this and this and that. But as far as Rick Reed, this is a clout chasing ass nigga. Well, Deanna is the only one, like I've been telling y'all, that has a different side of him that most other people would never have. He had treated black people and black women like shit. I don't fuck with that nigga. And he is a liar. He is a clout chaser. I've watched him come in this sector clout chasing him. And not everybody's gonna say it for whatever reason, but I don't give a fuck about that nigga. Cause he can't do me like he did them. I mean,
right? But this is a matter of who's right, not even who's right or who's wrong, but whose story's adding up and whose story isn't. And
but if somebody
John
admitted, like,
Bradley,
what are you doing?
but
He admitted
no,
it.
but no, I'm not. It's not even just about the tie situation. He tried to. He basically is sticking to the fact that he has nothing to do with Ness, and all he,
He
and all this other
did.
stuff. And that's not. We're finding out that that's not true.
But
So
how
he's
did you
not
find it
doesn't
out?
inconsist.
What proof do you have of that?
Well, we like I said, like Lemon. Lemon can't hold anything. So Lemon
Lemon
said
is
that
a
Ness had,
liar.
but
Lemon is a liar.
I mean, but see,
Rick
we're
Reed
not
is a
gonna.
liar.
But see, I go in truth though. You know what I'm saying?
I know,
And
but
like
that's
I
what I'm trying to
said,
tell you. Like, what proof do you have?
I'm trying to tell you, the whole thing the whole thing is that last year everything that Dimples and Seven Stars was putting out there, why Sean Bradley had to have was a part of it. They connected all the dots before the trip even happened. And then when they went on the trip, Sean Bradley, not only was he there, Ty was there. Um, Ty was there. The timeshares that Sean, I mean that they were talking about.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Heedy, because there are some things you were
And
around
not
for.
not to
No,
mention,
Heedy. I'm about to ask you a question,
yeah.
and then I want you to think about your theory on this. When Juicy did that vacation on the boat, now
Mm,
Vegas is big. You're from the West Coast, so you know
yes.
how big Vegas is. So when Sean Bradley and the crew showed up on Juicycation, and you don't want to give me my credit now, but I chose Juicy. I chose Juicy. When I didn't even know what trolling was, but when I found that out, I used it to the real advances. I chose Juicy into asking Sean Bradley to take a photo together, and Sean Bradley denied it. And they was on the same boat. So Sean Bradley intention I will say this. I feel like intentionally to be petty, whatever the case may be, he showed up on Juicycation
I
with
don't
better glam bags and everything. So was Ty blamed for that? And that was a much better
know.
production. It was more shown.
But
So why?
you're not,
No, no. On
because
Juicycation, you think Ness got more juice in this sector than Juicy? I'm mute.
but the thing is that I'm connecting the dots. I don't give a shit about neither one of them, to be perfectly honest. But but when we were, I even took a clip from my live from last year on how Sean Bradley was. They were saying, Dimples and Seven was talking about. They were predicting. They were not even predicting. They were talking about, oh, all these different scenarios, the timeshares and all that stuff. That's Sean Bradley's name on it. Even Tracy, Deanna, Vibe
No,
said
no,
we
no, no,
knew.
no, no.
Wait,
But
wait, wait,
listen,
but let
listen,
me
listen.
finish because you're
Go
not
ahead. I'm
letting.
sorry. Okay,
Let me
Edie,
have a
calm
floor.
down. Calm
Yeah.
down. You're gonna have the
So,
floor. But Molly,
so
you giving us a good compliment. Can we say this? Can we agree with Molly real quick, Edie? I'm sorry, Edie.
well, let me make a point because I mean,
And
that
no,
comment ain't going nowhere. But
okay,
like
you're
I was
right.
saying, yeah.
Sorry.
But what I was trying to say is, Fi Babe, Deanna, Tracy all said they knew Sean was behind it, the whole trip. I mean, not behind,
They
had
say
a
a lot
hand,
of things that they
not
don't
even
like his
behind
ass.
it. Not no, it's not even about disliking. They was like, I knew that was a Sean Bradley situation. I knew he had something to do with it. Also, go back to last year. Who was hyping Ness up before Vegas? Sean Bradley. Sean Bradley was the
That's
one
what he
probably.
does.
I
Because
wouldn't be
her trip,
surprised.
you know why?
But
Because her trip
but
wasn't getting no motion. Her trip wasn't getting no motion
no,
because it wasn't. No. It's
it's
not
not even
no.
just
It
that. It's
came
also the
no. And you're taking credit away from yourself right now because she hyped out that Vegas trip, hoping it was going to go over that Miami trip that y'all
so
gave. Because you remember
right.
she was under
But
pressure about
but
like how she was looking bad down after you because she
but
used to film all her food. Remember I told you it's okay. She filmed all her
Sean,
food, but she couldn't keep up
but
that image. Go ahead
nine
though.
times out of ten, Sean Bradley had a hand in Vegas. It's not hard
No,
to
he gave
connect the
her. You
dots.
know what his hand is? His
And
clout. The same.
no,
No.
it's
You know
not.
what the hand
No, that's
was?
not
It was the
true.
clout. No, it is the
I
truth.
mean, but
That's
you
why
could say
you
that. I
bred it.
mean,
No.
but
That's why you bred it.
no.
You don't even get the Kitty. Can I say this without your interruption? That's what you bred into, and what messy Ness is doing right now, what poverty is doing right now, and what computer back is doing right now, is doing with Sean Bradley just by endorsing that bitch because he endorsed Vegas and he was going at the same time. That was the
So you don't
ultimate clout.
believe.
But
So you
let
don't.
me
But
finish.
okay.
Let me
I had a
finish.
question. Okay.
Because I know you didn't hear what I said because you brought into the fake clout. I never did. I know that raggedy crackhead for the bitch that she is. On period. So
Who
Sean
bought into
Bradley
the fake
promote
cloud?
you by taking her
How?
to Miami on a sun trip. You put that bitch in places Sean Bradley never would. That's what I'm trying to tell
But
you,
you
and
got.
you're
But
not
what
listening.
you're.
No, let me
But
finish.
what?
Let me
Okay,
finish. No, let me
but you
finish.
can't say something. You can make that claim and then not let me say something with that. I put
No, I
myself
can
in.
make. I'm gonna
But
let you
wait,
make
but
something
I
with
put
that.
okay because
Okay,
I
God,
put
I'm a
myself in
mute.
five. No, no, no. Before, because I'm just gonna say this in just one sentence. I put myself in 5-star situations every time I go out of town. So that was not for Ness. That was for me, my comfort. I'm not going to stay in a low star. You're never gonna see me in a cheap hotel. I don't live like that. So that was for myself, my own comfort, my own OCD and shit like that. That was not for her. I was gonna be there regardless. She wasn't even supposed to spend the night or anything. That was for me. So you're wrong, and please continue.
Okay, whatever. But that was her claim to fame. That's what was shown on the internet, and that's what y'all claim was for her. You get that?
Mm.
So at the
Yes.
end of the day, what Sean Bradley presented for the people that he meant intended it for was a whole nother thing, and that's what he was trying to say to you guys. He he already said he's for the mess. He's for the beach sector mess. But the people that he really feel is solid, and he really feel is this, and he really feel is that. There's another level to that shit, and that's what the people that you have been in communication with are trying to emulate. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Ness, just because she gets a cash out from Sean Bradley, just because she gets a shout out from Sean Bradley, or even Jane, well, he don't give a shout outs, but I'm just saying it's very rare that OGs that fuck with Ness because most of them don't. Let's be honest. So, like I said, these OGs, they very particular about their ways. So you're gonna have a lot of people like getting jealous of that and cloud chasing off of that. But it doesn't matter. But like just because an OG say I like this person, that doesn't mean they co-sign that person. And that's what a
It
lot of people y'all said they selling. Hold on, let me finish. They selling you guys fake clout. You guys have put them in position. You can say that you did that your way, whatever, but you can't judge what other people are doing with these people when they feel how they feel about them, and these people are accepting what they're accepting. That's it and
so
all. And
what you
then
gonna
no, no,
do?
no, no, no.
Oh,
And
okay.
then there's some people that buy into this bullshit for whatever reason. And that's people business. And then y'all the one that got them feeling that they on the high, that they're not on. And not everybody acknowledges that shit. And that's when they get mad because certain people, and whether you put them there because you was gonna be there or not, you got them there and now they expect the other people to keep that shit up. Whether they can or not, it's subjective. But that's how they feeling. But ain't no OGs put them in that position. So y'all can't blame them for none of that shit that's going on with the 2.0. Everybody get the same shit. If you're
Yeah,
funny, if
but
they like you, that's it and all. That's the only thing I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm
okay.
saying.
Um,
Yeah.
like I said, there's more odds with the time. Like I said, you got to go back to the timeshares. You got to go back to the things that they were doing in Vegas that had Sean Bradley's name
How
written
you
all
know
over it.
that? How you know that?
They because they reported on it. That's how I know that. I pay attention.
That's on
So that's what I'm
Nestcation. No,
telling
we
you.
think that. Oh, no, no, no. On
Okay,
Nestcation, we think that because she was so illiterate, she didn't understand her
but
surroundings or what was
what
going
I'm
on.
trying to tell
She never
you, what
even
I'm trying to
tasted
tell you, in order
caviar,
for
and
them
she
to
was only
have
like
that
40 years old.
hotel,
Like,
what you're
girl,
not,
bye.
what
Like,
what
no,
you
no, no,
asking
no,
me,
no. But
how
you,
could
no, no,
Sean?
no, no, no. But
I'm
this
trying
is
to
a
tell
girl.
you, I'm trying to answer the question. You asked me, how do I know Sean Bradley
But
has a hand
they
in
didn't
it?
have
He
timeshares.
has
Why
a
you know they
hand
had
in it.
timeshare?
He has. They what?
Because you keep bringing up timeshares and Sean Bradley. It had nothing to do with each
Yeah,
other.
you know, it actually it does. Because on my live last year, if you pay attention and listen, last year I did a live, 7 stars, and Dimples was on the link. Dimples mentioned the timeshares and stuff like that or whatever. That's what part of what Sean Bradley does and shit like that or whatever. That's what he has like connections with. Before they even went to Vegas, they were like, I already know that's and then during the vacation, in order for them to do something, they needed to do something with a timeshare. Like all this stuff is like adding up, like literally adding up.
No, no.
Then let me finish. Then Lemon goes down to then Rick Reed does that live, and he says that when Lemon and him was on the phone for hours, he said he had to go. Ness had to go down. He was like, during that their vacation, he said Lemon that Ness had to go downstairs to get money from Ty. Like, who makes that
Okay,
up?
okay. Can I say this and we can just move on because
So
like
Phi Babe,
well,
Tracy, and
no, no, no,
Deanna
no.
are
Can I
not
just
telling the
hold on?
truth. They don't know what they're
Hold
talking
on.
about.
Hold on. Yeah,
Dimples doesn't
exactly.
know.
Right. Good, because just like you thought Dimples knew the restaurant that Talent and Ness went to, and then you got proven wrong about
Okay, well,
that.
what
Sometimes,
about
well, no,
Five
no,
Babe?
no,
What
no.
about
Let me
Five
finish.
Babe
Let me.
Tracy? Okay, what about
Okay,
Five Babe
wait,
Tracy and Deanna?
I-
There's three
first of
people
all,
still.
can I finish? Well, I don't know what you're talking about because you had kind of skipped all over. But when you just name a
No, I
certain
didn't.
thing, like I said, I just know. Yeah, you did. But like I said, you told me last time that Dimples knew the restaurant that they went to with Talent and
I mean,
Ness, and that
but
wasn't true.
so
But
you're
I'm
gonna
just saying,
ignore what you
I
just
don't,
said
no,
you did
no,
with
no, no.
Deanna. You
Let me
said you
finish.
did with
See,
Deanna. So let's take
every
Dimples.
time I
I
make
don't
a
know
point,
where
you just
they
skip
went.
over.
I don't know where they went. I'm going off
Right.
of
You
Dimples
went by what
live.
somebody
But as
else
far
said.
as the Sean
You went
Bradley
by what
thing, I
somebody else
watched
said.
that very
And why can't
closely.
I just finish
And
my statement? What
Tracy,
is
no,
wrong with
no,
that? Like I
no,
was
no.
quiet while you was talking.
But
But no,
you're
I was
caping for
quiet.
him. You're caping for him because
How
you
am I
like him.
caping?
That's not getting to the truth.
That's not
That's
true.
bullshit. It
That's
is
not
because
true.
it's like, oh, I
That's
like
not
him, so
true.
he got to be telling the
No,
truth. I'm
no,
not one of
no,
them
no, no,
stands.
no,
I'm
no.
not no Sean
No,
Bradley
no,
stand
no.
because
That's not true.
I'm not no
Can
stand.
I
Like it,
finish
it.
my statement?
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, why is your
Well,
issue? Like,
right is right and
girl,
wrong
this
is
is
wrong. Like
weird. This is weird.
I don't give a
Anyway,
shit.
like that's okay. So I know
But
you
I mean,
clearly. So, like I said, I
continue.
have the right to finish my statement.
Right.
I
Okay,
said
continue.
quiet. Thank
Continue.
you. So I didn't thank you, and I will. So, like I said, without interruption, now you mentioned certain people, so I'm bringing up these people because you brought it up. So, like I said, the last time we had a conversation, you said that Dimple said that Ness and Talent went to some type of restaurant. I was unfamiliar with both, but clearly, like it was proven that Ness Talent took Ness to that restaurant that you actually mentioned was a good one. So sometimes I'm telling you this just by being knowing these people. Sometimes they can see things what they could consider like fishing for information. Like they'll say something, hoping like you'll deny it and then give your truth about it, like that type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they're fishing for information. They just hoping like type of amateur reverse type of psychology type shit. So anyway, as far as Sean Bradley and timeshares, I know nothing about that. I do know that
Okay.
he has a traveling group. That's the only thing I know. I see pictures from the traveling group where they all together and happy and
So that don't
whatever.
connect any
Whatever.
dots.
No, 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 no. I did not interrupt you. So it's not me caping. This is what I've seen and my truth. So I've seen pictures from him and his traveling group that Uppity has no desire to be a part of. I like the King. I like his commentary, and I respect his position of moving forward. That's it and on. And he's been nothing but a great person to me and my child. So of course he's not gonna get bashed on my channel. It's nothing about being nothing or nothing.
Nobody was
It
bashing
just
him.
no 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 no. I'm just saying because you made accusations of me, and I'm just clearing this up. So yeah. So when I say things, I'm just going giving my receipts that can be verified from people that watch this sector. If you don't watch this sector, you might not know what I'm talking about. But majority of people in the chat, they watch this sector. So they can see that. I share it. So I'm not
But
lying.
a piece to the puzzle
But
would
but
be
but 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 but
but
but
you're
no no
not
no.
letting
Let me
me.
finish. Let me finish. No no. You're not letting
I
me
didn't know
finish.
you was
I was
okay.
quiet. I was quiet while you
I didn't
talked.
know you was
You're not.
still going.
I was
Okay.
still talking. I was definitely still talking.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah. So that's what I was saying when it comes to Sean Body. So I'm just because I'm a debating person, so I'm gonna address your points without being argumentative. I'm just gonna address your points with the facts. So yeah, yes, I do like the King for several reasons. Like you can go down my videos and see, like if I find something like it's nobody that get it past me. So much for saying. But if we're gonna speak on facts, one thing Uppity isn't is a hater. Whether I like the person or not, I would give I would give them their kudos. But it's
But
just not my fault that Ness has no kudos for me to give. None of Ness team has no kudos for me to give. They
but
cannot like never a point. No, it's never a point at any given time in my whole life, online or off, where it was given like somebody can humble me. Like people can humble Ness or anybody else. that I
but you're
fucked
going
with.
off topic. We're talking about who's right and who's wrong
Not,
and what
I'm
makes
not,
sense.
and yeah, I know
You
you. I could.
are.
You can't tell me how to answer. Like my
But that's not
God, like
answering the
let me.
question because you're talking
Yeah.
about you're not
Okay. What
talking
was the
about the
question then?
topic.
Because you think I'm not answering. What's the
Okay,
question?
so the premise of the conversation that we're having right now is who is
Hmm.
making more sense. Who, when it comes to the Vegas trip, who had more of who had did Sean Bradley have a
That's
hand in
exactly
it?
what I'm saying.
You said
Exactly.
that.
So you want me? No, no,
Oh, but
no,
you
no.
were
You
talking
went.
about
Oh,
how
you
much you
went. No,
like
no,
him
no,
and
no.
all this
You
other
went.
stuff. That's going
Heedy,
out. That's not.
heedy. No, heedy.
You were
Let
talking about
me.
how much you
I know
like
what
him.
I'm
That's
talking
that's
about.
off
So
topic.
you, I
That's
don't have
off
to sit here
topic.
and think about it. But like, no, okay. I don't have to answer
That's
how you want. Let me answer my
no. But
question.
that's
Thank
off
you.
topic.
All right, it's not on topic. So, like
It
I
is
said,
because it
you
has
talking
nothing to
about the
do. You
time shit.
liking him has
No,
nothing
no,
to
no,
do
no.
with.
Yes, it
It has
does.
nothing to do
Like
with that.
you,
No, it
yes, it
doesn't.
does.
I asked. It's a simple. It's a simple.
No, no,
Follow
how
the
it doesn't?
facts.
Hold
It's a
on, hold on.
simple.
How it doesn't? How it doesn't? How it doesn't?
What do you
You didn't
mean?
let me
Because
answer because you
because
didn't let
the
me finish my
premise is
statement.
that he have a hand in it, and you're
Your
talking about
premise,
whether you
not
like him or not.
mine.
You're talking
No,
about
no, no,
whether you like him or
no, no,
not.
no.
That
You're
that has
talking
nothing to
about
do with the
shit that
premise.
doesn't have
The
nothing
premise
to
of the
do with it.
conversation
You
is
went
whether or
into
not he had a
details
hand in it.
about something that had nothing to do with the conversation, and now that I want to respond back to you
What
with factual
details?
conversation,
I am
well,
giving you the details. I'm
that's
talking
how I'm
about the
responding
topic
to
at
your
hand.
details.
I'm talking
Okay,
about the
so
topic
let
at hand. You're not
in
talking
your
about the
way,
topic at
like,
hand. You're talking
so
about how
what?
you like somebody.
Okay,
That's what
so
you
give me the
always do.
guidelines of my
We get it. You
answer.
like him. You like him. That has
Clearly,
nothing to
no,
do
no, no.
with
I get it
Vegas.
that you know, no, you know who gets it. Me. I want to know the guidelines of the response I should have for you because at this point, like, I can't answer the way I want to
Um.
answer. It got to be
Okay.
your way.
So if
What is the
we're
guidelines of your
so
answer? The fuck.
so it's to be on topic.
And
It's
you
if I'm
actually gonna give a
asking a
fucking guideline.
question.
Get the fuck out of here, Kitty. You think I'm about to sit here and listen to your guidelines? Hell no. Listen
You
to me
asked
when
me.
I'm finishing my cut. Yeah, because
Okay.
you're being a weird. It was a
Okay.
sarcastic ass
Let
answer
me.
and
How am
question.
I being
You really think I
sarcastic?
want you? You really? Yeah, I was being sarcastic
Okay.
as
So
fuck. Why the fuck would I
finish
let you
your
beat the guidelines of my
fin-
answer? Are you
You
okay?
just asked me a
What's wrong
question
with you?
though. But you
Because I was
asked me.
being. No, like that's
Oh,
what I'm
so you
trying to
being
give you a point.
sarcastic.
Like you
Okay, so
really,
finish
you're
your
being a not.
okay, so
You're
that's
being
my
a
fault.
not.
So do you finish the no, it's not. I stay on topic.
Go
You
ahead, you
don't.
answer. I'm you.
I stay on topic, you don't. That's the difference. Like we're talking about who had a hand in it, and you're over here talking about who you like. That has nothing to do with the topic at hand. Stay on topic. I'm asking where the question. I mean, the whole premise is did he have a hand in the Vegas trip or not? That was the whole premise. You're talking about who you like. We don't. That's not even the point right now. We have to stay on topic.